Hello, everyone! We are doing a live stream for Scream 7 spoilers. And I feel like we have a mixed bag here, and I think every one of us has a lot to say about this movie. Would you say so?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I am going to introduce my guests, and then we're going to get right into it. I have Shannon from Talking Star Wars.
Hello.
We have Ken from Sledgehammer Horror.
How's it going, everybody?
We have Julie. If you want to find her on Instagram, there she is. We have Sarah. You can also find her on Instagram as well.
Hey.
We have Kyle from The Flet from Another World.
Hello, everyone.
And we have Jake.
Hey, yo.
Even though I'm covering your face, I'm sorry.
I'm here somewhere. Lurking.
There you are, peekaboo. Also, I wanted to add someone else into this because I think you guys all agree with me when I say this, that there is a certain particular person that I feel we would have loved to share this movie with, and I want to add him into this because I feel like he would have enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
And I think we would have had amazing conversations with him.
100%.
Yeah.
So I say, let's give a moment to Steven. Yeah. So, I thought for Val, because I asked her what was her hot takes on Scream 7, because she had a lot to talk about. I asked her to give me 5 hot takes, and she had some stuff to say. So, I made this for her. This is for you, Val. So, let's see if I can read this because it's kind of in the way. Tatum did not earn her final girl status when she said she wasn't like Sydney. That was the most factual statement in the whole movie. Even in the OG, Sydney went badass at the end, taking on Billy and Stu by herself without hesitation. Definitely solidifying Sydney as one of the most iconic final girls. Sam most definitely earned her final girl status as well, especially in 6. Going all protective mama bear for the core 4. Again, without hesitation. Now, she continued on. Now, if they are trying to slide in Tatum as the next final girl in this franchise, they failed miserably at even beginning to set her up for that spot. While she had that one moment at the end, it was only because of Sydney being there. She had the chance to slam dunk her in the final girl spot for this franchise when Sydney told her to shoot Ghostface in the head and she couldn't. That only proves to me that she doesn't have the balls to be a final girl. She needed backup to grow those final girl balls, aka her mom. What do you guys think about that first hot take?
That's tough.
Yeah, it's a little...
What I want to say is, in Tatum's defense, her mom kind of molded her into not being that final girl. Like, and I think that's the point, is Sydney really made it so that, to her own detriment, she made it so that she would never have to go through anything like that. So she didn't have her prepared. It wasn't like Laurie Strode with Karen, where Laurie Strode had prepared Karen for this moment her whole life. Tatum has been shielded from all this. So she's always had to depend on her mom because her mom put that dependency on her. So in Tatum's defense, where Sydney thought she was being a great mom, she was actually holding her back. And that's something that I think all of us parents can agree with. We want to shield our children. We want to protect our children, but at what cost? When is it too much and not letting them go and find out on their own? And unfortunately for Tatum, she had to find out in probably the worst case scenario a teenage girl could go through. So in Tatum's defense, it's Sydney's fault.
I agree because I feel like Sydney was trying to shield her from that and didn't want her to have the same life that she had.
Yeah.
Whereas with Lori, I feel like she almost prepared thinking that Michael would come back. But
Right.
Sydney didn't want Ghostface to come back. So I feel like that's the difference.
And I agree with you. But at the same time, like I said, when she wasn't ready for what was coming, that's when she was in trouble. So you always got to make sure your kids are ready for it regardless.
I think that's kind of what bored me about the character. I just like, I love final girls that kind of go through an arc and then show some initiative in the back half. You know, like I never felt like there was really an arc with this character that they were trying to strike. It was all stuff that served the character of Sydney rather than the new character that they were kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out of focusing all in on. So I guess I'm just confused. I'm just confused what the point of even Tatum being there was, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was realistic, though. Like, this whole thing took place in, 3 days? Are you going to go from soft, quiet, timid child who's been shielded from everything to just stomping down doors in, 72 hours? I think it was kind of good that she kind of stayed herself for the movie if it sets up, a longer arc over, the next movie. Like, this first movie showed that she really wasn't that much like Sydney, and I didn't think that was a bad thing. Like, Sydney wanted her to have, a soft, normal life. So I think it is probably kind of cool for a character that in this movie, I don't want to call her helpless because she wasn't, but she wasn't the greatest at a lot of stuff. And if we see her kind of grow over a movie or two, I think it'll be a little satisfaction there at the end.
Sure.
I think that's a perfect
100%.
observation because you can't change from, like you said, from a shy character into a fighter in one night. It just doesn't happen. You have to have the experience, the trauma, in order to feel that protection and feel that fight in you. You're not going to get that just in 2 minutes. It's not
Sure.
going to happen.
I feel like it would have been
What
kind of...
do you think? We didn't hear from you.
What?
I think we
what do
talked
you
about-
feel?
There's a lag, I think.
Who's up?
Or like a delay.
Who's up? Who's up, Carrie?
No, I said I didn't hear what you had to say. What do you think?
Oh, well, yeah, I think I do see it as a Sarah Connor type scenario because she wasn't prepared for what was coming for Ghostface until dark in the later movies. So I think at the time you're going to grow Tatum into be just as badass as her mom. It's going to take a while to get there. So I think it definitely I do think they handled Tatum the right way in Scream 7. So.
Okay, well, on to the next. I like that she put hoe take, but anyway. This is the first Scream movie. I could have cared less if the characters died. I had zero investment in the friend group, which was because there was zero character development. They were characters used to fill in the space between telling Sydney's and Tatum's story, and just to add kills to the kill count. Just nothing to connect us to these characters at all. No substance to them. What do we think about that?
I agree.
I think that again, this is
I agree
this is
100%.
not just this is not just Scream. I'm talking about everything now. The main characters have so much damn plot armor that they're more worried about, am I going to be in the sequel? Don't kill me in this movie because I want to make more money. I mean, look at Stranger Things. And that's what this movie did. They brought you in new characters to kill them rather than touch any of our existing characters. Every character in this movie was safe. And that's why, like, the moment where Sydney and Tatum are in the wall and Ghostface is there was no tension. There was zero tension in that moment because I know they're safe. Look at Scream 6 when they had that ladder scene. That's the most tense I've ever been in a Scream movie. Like, I was so
Hell yeah.
nervous and worried at that whole scene. This movie had no moments like that because you know your characters are safe. I know that part 8's going to have Sydney, Tatum, Courtney. I know they're all going to be in it. And they missed a golden opportunity with Courtney. And we talked about this last night on another channel. to make her into an addict that was struggling with everything. And you touched on it for a brief second when she's getting her pills and she's shaking, and like the death and all the loss she's gone through. Like they had such a perfect moment to expand and make. Gail has been stale for like 4 movies, and they had the perfect opportunity to have her come back to some type of character arc. How could she overcome this after losing Dewey, after losing everybody? And they just, God, I was so angry because again, they're all safe. They're good. There's nothing going to happen to them. I'm waiting for Sydney to get blown away in a storm and then Tatum to be like, maybe she went off to an island where there's 3 waterfalls and she has a family and everybody is safe after all. Like, it's just like, there's nothing where I feel any type of worry for them. And that takes away from the horror elements to me. That's a big problem I've had with 5 and 6 and 7. There's nothing where I feel scared. There's nothing where I feel anxious for the main cast.
That's true. Yeah, I can see that. Did anyone... Okay, so Sorry, Jake. I just have one thought. With Chad, when he got stabbed accidentally by Chloe, did anyone else think that Ghostface was going to snap his neck?
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like, I might snap his neck. Because Ghostface went to, and Chad was like, I'm in part 8. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Lay down with your sister. I didn't feel tense at all during that scene. I was like, well, he's good. The guy's way too, which is stupid because realistically, that dude, what's Chad's real name? I can't think of his name.
Mason Gooding.
Mason Gooding. That son of a bitch was created in a lab, and you cannot tell me otherwise. He is the perfect human specimen. Like, when I see him, I'm like, this is horse shit. And not only are you that beautiful and that ripped and, that everything, but you've been stabbed 68.5 times and you're still okay. Like, you're amazing. Like, you are beautiful and perfect, and it pisses me off how perfect you are, Mason Gooding.
I want to kiss him on the lips.
So hard.
We all do.
Yeah.
So fucking hard.
Yeah.
Get in line.
Speaking of which, hey, what's up, bearded? We're just talking about kissing guys on the face.
I don't know what happened. I just come into freaking Jake wanting to kiss Mason on the lips.
I would want. You know what?
To kiss him on the lips.
That's what I'm saying. I'm a straight man. Have no problem with the LGBTQ plus community, but I also enjoy art. And Jake and Mason kissing would be in the fucking loo.
That's like, the that opening would just scene of Scream 8.
I'll tell you, that's already been playing in this movie theater. Okay,
it would be better than what they probably have planned.
Oh man,
so funny.
I gotta just say, Val is 2 for 2 with the hot takes, or the ho takes. Sorry, I love it. Right. I just want to say real quickly, my big issue with the cast is that they're the cutest bunch of theater kids, and I did not even remotely think for a second one of them was Ghostface. Like they're all so sweet to each other. They're like, let's protect each other at this bar, and I'm like, none of you are the killer. Right. So I miss the days when we had. Right. I miss the days when we had some Scream characters that weren't all just perfect and sunshine and rainbows. I love Cotton Weary, especially in like 2 and 3. Like, he's this complex character that doesn't exactly have the best of intentions, but is also trying to clear his name. You kind of get it, but he's also going about it in a fucked up way. So I miss characters like that. I hope Scream can get back to that in whatever comes next.
Yeah.
Yep. Cotton was the wild card for sure, because you couldn't tell, because he had reasons to go both sides. He had reasons to be guilty and he had reasons to be innocent. So I loved that, because you never know with him, and I thought he was a great character. I thought he shouldn't have technically died in 3, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, he wanted to die, but then he regretted it though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked it. It threw something new at the opening. You're like, oh, this established character we're following now, they're surely not going to die in the opening, and then gone. I like that. That was innovative back in those days.
Yeah.
Now we just got to get crazy. Right. Like, let's,
Dude, what we need right now is a Dream Warriors. What we need right now is a Halloween Resurrection. We need someone to come out with balls and say, we're going to kill off our final girl in the first 5 minutes, or we're going to have her die towards the end without even, to start the third act. we're going to kill our final girl that everybody think is safe. You know, like that's what I respect and love about Dream Warriors and Resurrection. Like they were able to go out and do it and be like, you know what? Bam. Right in your face. We're going to kill Laurie to start the film. Bam, Heather Langenkamp's dying right before the third act starts. Like, we need somebody to come out today and go, you know what? We're doing it. We're going nuts.
How many people here would protest, though, if they killed Sidney Prescott in the opening scene of Scream 8?
Oh, I would.
Be pretty bummed.
Well, let's not get crazy here. Like,
Let's not do Halloween Resurrection, please.
here's the thing.
That's all I gotta say.
I would I don't know if I would protest, but I would literally be what the fuck is going on? Let's see what they do next. Because if they did that, you have no calibration left of like where this is going.
Hot take,
Don't.
I would welcome it. And again, listen, Sidney Prescott, Sidney Evans, my favorite final girl. I don't think there will ever be another final girl as impactful or as amazing as her. Her story's been told. Like, there's only so many times where it's like, oh, we're coming back to Sydney. Oh, we're coming back to Sydney. You know.
Well, that's why.
Girls. Bathroom. Those are my ghost faces trying to attack me.
We got a cameo. Look at that.
But yeah, I just think that, like, there's only so much. I thought that 5 was the perfect exit for Sydney and Gail. Like, that should have been the perfect exit for them, where it was like, you know what? They've rode off into the sunset. They've had a happy life. Everything's great for them. And now it's just like, we're bringing them back, and it's just the same things over and over again. And it's somebody's attacking Sydney because she wasn't in the last movie.
That's
Like-
why they need to keep him retired, I think. So.
I think Sydney's losing it. I don't know if y'all noticed. She talks to herself quite a bit.
So do I.
She,
There's nothing wrong with that.
in this movie,
I didn't know if you guys were really here.
No, she talks to herself quite a bit in this movie. I'm like, she's going off. She's going off
When
the
does
deep
she
end there.
do that? How do I not remember that?
Okay, well, when she walks out of the, like, after one of those disagreements with Tatum, she's like, fucking motherhood. And then when she's looking
Well,
for someone,
That's
I'm
not
not going to say
talking
who.
to yourself. That's just
Hey,
a
hey.
thought
That's
out
talking
loud.
to you.
Well,
That's
Tatum
talking to
did the
yourself.
same thing behind the door. I don't know.
Tatum did the same thing behind the door.
Yeah, she said.
What'd she
I forget
say?
what she said, but she said, "Nice talk." or
Fucking
something
hypocrite,
like that.
wasn't it?
Oh yeah. it was
Or no,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Nice talk. Yeah.
She might have said I don't know. I'm just like I said. I didn't particularly like Sydney in this one. I didn't agree that Sydney's story's over. I feel like there's obviously plenty they can. I think there's still plenty they can do with her. I don't think this movie is bad because of Sydney. I don't think they did Sydney right, and the story, it obviously had potential, but for me, little details just sunk this ship for me.
Okay, but what if they kill Sydney right, and then Mark is the new final girl? Would anybody like that? I'd kind of.
I
wouldn't
would
love
be
Sydney to
so
die, but
on-
I'd be into it because he's
Wait,
my new.
wait, wait.
He's
Say
my
that
new
again.
character.
Say that
I
again.
really liked Joel.
Dude,
We
Joe was
love Mark.
awesome.
Yeah, they
We're
made him
Team Mark over here.
Team Mark.
That opening scene, or the first scene with him and her in the bed, was like the realest the movie felt. Like it
Not
was
to me.
Oh no, I thought that was like two partners in bed together, just like laughing and like having that felt real to me. And then Sydney becomes a terrible mother again.
See, I did like them, and I will say their chemistry, great. But again, for repeat guys in the chat, I'm sorry, I got to say it again because he wasn't here. No father of a teenage girl is going to be like, you think they're doing it? This is not something a dad's going to say. You know, when he said that, I was like, Mark, no, we don't think about that. No, stop. She still plays with Barbies and shit, man. Stop growing her up already. Like, I don't picture a world where any dad would say that about his daughter. But at the same time, I also don't picture a world where I would let my wife go and find the boyfriend in the room and not me.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think he tries to be the humorous one. He definitely seems like he's the one that's like he tries to bring levity between these two like Stonewall characters. And I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought that was I can see him saying it. Because he didn't say it like chipper at all. He was like, "Oh, you think they're doing it?" Like he didn't want it to be the case, but hey, a boy just snuck into her room, so that immediately comes to your mind. Like you can't tell me if a boy, as a father, if a boy sneaks in your daughter's room, that's not where your head is gonna be. Like, I gotta stop.
Oh
it.
no, my head's
How's
going to
that
be
gonna-
behind Bars.
Exactly, but because of that reason, that's what I'm saying. So
Right.
I don't know. I didn't hate that.
I didn't think it was weird, but I'm not a dad, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
Huh,
not.
nice try, Julie. Wow.
You're not fooling us.
Yeah, that sounds like Ghostface talk right there. She's trying to throw us off the scent.
Exactly what a Ghostface would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be totally cool with Joel or with Mark. Like, I told Jake earlier on the phone, like, I want a final boy, and I knew exactly who it was in this movie too, and we didn't get that. So, are we doing this is spoiler talk, right?
Yeah, it's spoilers.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want.
Okay, I fucking wanted Lucas.
Let it
I
rip.
wanted Lucas to be the final boy.
Me too. I liked him.
Could you imagine?
Which one was he?
I loved it.
He was Jessica's
The guy
son.
who died
That's
in the
good
bar.
He's the one who was
yeah.
obsessed with
Insane
Superman.
jawline.
Had the gnarly
Yeah.
death in
Yeah.
the bar.
But could you imagine? His mom tries to kill him. He figures out his mom murdered his father, and then he survives that. You know, obviously not the beer tap. We know that's not surviving. Like, he's not surviving that. But imagine, like, they left him. Like, the whole scene, the whole fucking finale is playing out like it is, and like he rocks up at home looking for his mom, and he sees that shit and has to help kill his own mother to protect people. Like, there's your trauma right there. And I think he'd be a great final boy.
To be fair, people also think that you could survive getting
be
stabbed to
fair.
shit and a TV dropped on your face. So maybe he could
Well, you
survive the bar
can.
tap.
You can survive that, to
Yeah,
my
yeah.
knowledge.
It's very survivable.
There was a whole trial on it.
Yeah, I was about to say, we presented evidence and everything. Did you not watch? I was a counselor there, if you didn't know. Like,
Counselor
Oh,
Queef, yeah. Look at that.
Trust me, I remember. That's why I objected. Objection.
Julie,
It's funny. Real quick sidebar. I took my 5-year-old because for those that follow me on social media, you saw me and my 5-year-old. I was letting her watch Scream to get ready for Scream 7, and we took her. And when Stu popped up on the screen, she goes, "He's dead, Dad. There was sparks on his face." And I was like, "You're right, babe. He was dead. What is going on here?" She was so
Not
pissed.
anymore.
he was
She was so pissed.
He was so dead they paid him to be in part 3.
Well, how about this? Let me ask you guys this: Is Stu dead?
No.
I didn't see no body.
No.
No.
No. The papers are missing.
The papers are. That's
Yeah.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming back in 8.
You know what? You know
Plus,
what
the
I
body
love?
was
And
missing, right?
No, the body wasn't missing. But you know what I love about
Oh,
this?
that's-
And at the VIP screening, I went with Matthew Lillard. This was brought up. How?
Just so you know.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
this.
They even
Did you
filmed
guys
it.
see this?
Yeah.
They
Yep.
filmed 2 different endings. One with him actually alive, and then one where, the
He wasn't
original ending
revealed.
that we saw.
This made me want to
And-
cry.
Yeah.
Well, here's what Matthew Lillard said. He's like, imagine, or he was talking, or somebody was talking about how much more focused people and certain people are that he's dead now after this movie. That's how much bigger of a shock it's going to be when he's alive in the next one. I really don't think he's alive, but I'm gonna rock with it anyway.
I'm gonna rock with that, Eric, because I need hope. I need some hope
Yeah.
for the next few years.
If there's anything this
Keep
did
him out of
do,
the
it brought
promotions,
my
he'll be
expectations
fine.
down.
They have to keep him out of the promotions, though.
Yeah.
They can't
Yeah.
have him
Yeah.
all over it. They can't. It's not going to work.
What? Let me ask you guys this. Here's another question that I'd love to ask people. Scale of 1 to 10. What are the odds that Jenna and Melissa come back for 8?
Oh man, probably 0, which I hate to say.
You said
Yeah.
1 to 10. I give it a 2.
Yeah.
I give it a
0.
2 because I don't think they're particularly excited. However, a job is a job.
A
That's
job.
why
Could you imagine?
That's why
Could
I'm
you
gonna get it.
imagine? I still think that they would be so perfect if in Scary Movie 6 there's a scene of Melissa and Jenna walking and Ghostface running by them and them being like, "I thought we weren't involved in this anymore. I thought we were done with this." Like, that would be the perfect Scary Movie 6 thing for me. Like,
I am
please,
holding the faith alive for that.
Please,
That would be way
God.
too funny.
that would be the perfect thing. But can you imagine how much, like, publicity it would get to have Melissa and Jenna come back for part 8? You know what I mean? Like, again, I think Melissa has
Well, definitely.
integrity, and I think she's going to stick to her guns. I think that, and again, that's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all. Spyglass did her very, very, very dirty, and it was very disgusting. And they made a joke about it in this movie. A lot of people loved it. I fucking hated it. It made me cringe, and I thought it was despicable.
I didn't like
it was in very
Despicable.
poor
I
taste.
hated it. Yes, I hated that joke. But man, the money that would make for her coming back. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I would love it.
Drama
You know,
sells, baby.
Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
You know, a joke in
100%.
Seven that I loved that they made about their own movie is Sydney says Stu being back would be the better story, but it's too far fetched.
Yes.
I'm like, you're absolutely right. It would have been such a better story than what we got. So much
They
better.
poked fun at
The thing-
us. They poked fun.
The thing I didn't like about this movie is, to me, I thought that this had the most predictable killers of the whole franchise. Like, when I saw Ethan Embry, I was like, they did not cast fucking Can't Hardly Wait guy to be an orderly for 7 minutes and then be out of the movie. There's no way that just happened. And I kid you not, I put this on my mother's ashes. This is completely true. When Jessica popped up and we found out she was the neighbor, Ashley was like, she's the killer because Sydney's dog shit in her yard. And I was like, then we got to the end and I was like, Ashley, that would have been a better motive.
So it's funny you said that. I met Ethan Embry this weekend and I had him sign 2 things. One was for Scream 7 and one was for Can't Hardly Wait.
Yes, dude, Can't Hardly Wait. Can't Hardly Wait's how I found out about Blink 182, man. That's why I heard Damn It for the first time.
Eric, you
It-
should
it
have had
really
me sign my pizza DVD.
It really sucks that I dislike Part 7 because he is the nicest guy and he is so genuinely in love with the fact that he got to be in a Scream movie. Like he told, like I asked him, I was like, how far into it did you know like you were going to be the reveal? And he's like, I didn't know till I watched it because they filmed multiple endings. And then freaking Kevin Williamson came out and said that. I was like, oh, he wasn't lying. But I asked him, I told him, like, you kind of broke my heart. Like, we really thought it was Stu. He's like, good. That means we did our job. Like, that's what we wanted you to think. And, like,
Yep.
he just seems so in love with the fact that he got to do it. But he couldn't talk about it. So anytime somebody came up and, like, you could tell they know, he got the biggest smile on his face because he could actually have a conversation. Super nice guy. And it really sucks that he's in my opinion, the worst Scream movie.
Not even close.
I have to bring
Somebody
this up.
say a
or my
positive
head,
thing.
My head's gonna explode if I don't bring this up. Julie, the bear in the background with the mask, 10 out of 10.
You like
I've been staring at it the whole time.
I literally, I cannot take my eyes off of it. It's too funny.
I was gonna
Yeah.
ask, but I assumed somebody had already said it before I jumped on the stream.
Nope.
But I was just like, who did they take down? Because that looks like the mask Melissa was wearing before the end of the movie, and I'm like, that's where she went. So
A bear took her out off screen. Oh,
Off
jeez,
screen.
dude.
Yeah. She chose the bear.
I mean,
She
I
chose the
wasn't gonna say
bear.
that, man. But
Oh man,
Yeah, she chose the bear.
To be fair,
To
you
be
should
fair,
choose the bear.
you should choose the
always.
bear.
Always
Men are
choose the bear.
over Scream
Men
7,
are
I would choose the bear
fucking
every day.
disgusting.
Dude, Ken, what you said about
Funny.
in Scary Movie, I would love that, and especially if they just use the exact same Gale joke from 7, of just like, I'm
Yeah.
glad we're not part of that anymore. That last one was rough. Just
Yeah.
say like the exact same line and walk away, and then like
Well,
you're
'cause-
like, oh yeah,
I've been very, very vocal, and anybody that follows me on social media knows I've been very, very vocal about how I hate the boycott that people were doing against Scream. I think that I thought it was stupid. I didn't like it. If you want to do something to help people in Palestine, do something to help people in Palestine. But I've met Melissa a couple times, and every single time I've met her, she was so sweet and so genuine and so kind. And it's hard to not support her, to not, wish her the best and hope the best for her. So when you hear a joke like that, I literally was in my seat like, stop. That's fucking pathetic. That's gross. And I had a bunch of people around me that were laughing, and I was like, to hell with all of you bastards.
yeah. There was a lot of jokes at 6's expense, like even Mindy in the bar when she said something like that would be a retcon for any franchise and da da da. She's like, then again, Billy Loomis has a secret love child, so who the fuck knows? And I'm like,
Right.
Yep, kind of making jokes about the entire thing here.
Well, see, like when they're making jokes about Six, I don't mind that. But when they made a joke specifically at Melissa, like that at her expense, I wasn't in. I was like, that was fucking stupid. I'm sorry, I'm swearing so much, Carrie, but it was just like that was bull. Like that sucked. That really sucked.
I don't like that they made a lot of Sydney's arc this time around be about, oh, I should have went to New York too. That was another thing. The Melissa thing rubbed me the wrong way. And it's like, you know, if Nev Campbell felt like she wasn't being given enough money to be in Six, then yeah. Yeah, then cool, good for her. I hate that they made her say that in this movie. Like that really bummed me. That kind of bummed me out. There was some subtext there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing for that is like, what did you realistically expect for Nev to do in part 6? You know what I mean? Like 5 was the perfect way to pass the torch and let her ride off in the sunset with her husband and kids and be safe. Like she was done. Like that should have been it for her.
You know my conspiracy theory about this, Ken?
What's that?
Put on your tinfoil hat.
You want to talk to the rest of the group too, Jake?
No.
We're not doing
No. No, this is Ken and I now. No. Absolutely not.
Everyone else leaves. It's just these two.
We're not going to share with the rest of the group.
Sorry, Carrie. It's my page now. I'm kidding.
We all revolve around him. He is the center of our universe right now.
Yeah.
That's true. Should I
Go ahead, Jake. Let's hear your little tinfoil hat theory.
So I really think that Gail was supposed to die in 6, and Sydney would have showed up at the end. And yes, sorry, fiance's taking my credit card. Yes, sounds good. Yes, spend my money. Gail, I think Gail was supposed to die, and I think that Sydney was going to show up at the end and shoot through some doors again. And I don't know if that's a good thing or not. That's what I feel would have happened there.
Gail
I think she should have died in 6. In my opinion, I think she should have just died.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do anything for this new one. She didn't do anything at all. Not really.
No.
She showed up to get some sympathy, but that's about it.
I feel like they missed a huge opportunity to have a good storyline with her and her abuse of drugs now that she's been in all this pain and she's lost Dewey. But again, all of you know, I said like 3 years ago that this movie should have started off with AI, Dewey, calling Gail at the studio. Like, she was given the weather report, and then it was like, and we're going to take calls now. And it was Dewey, and he was like, you let me die, Gail, you stupid idiot, and whatever he says. I think that would have been a perfect way to start this movie rather than a death. Like
now that once 6 started and we find out she didn't write the book about Dewey, the last thing she said she was going to do in 5. As soon as we found that out, I was like, throw her off the balcony of her high-rise apartment, please.
Not only that, but she had a new boyfriend, a younger, sexier one. Bitch.
I don't know about sexier. David Arquette can get it, sir. I can hold your tongue.
You're damn right. That's a WCW World Champion you're talking about there, Eric. You're damn right he can get it.
He's a huge fan of 9 Inch Kills.
Apparently you want to do the do, don't you?
Is there anybody that doesn't?
Yes.
Well,
There's only two people. There's only 2 people that don't want to do Dewey, and they're lying or dead. That's it.
I didn't like the way he looked at the end of this movie. I was like, "Who is that?"
Oh, you mean emo Dewey? You mean emo Dewey?
That scene was wasted. There was no point doing that. That was pointless.
It was like they could have done so much more. And you know who they should have got for it? Why not get fucking Tatum? The person you've been talking about was your only friend, or the only friend you ever trusted, and who you get Tatum in there. That's gonna fuck with Sydney's head.
That's what you need is this type of Dewey. Everyone around you dies, Sid.
All right, I'm leaving.
You'll be back. They always come back.
Yeah, he always comes back.
Yep.
But the one thing I want to say in defense of Stu being alive, there's only 2 people ever that knew Sid said, or that Stu said, "I got a thing for you, Sid."
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what
There's
I
only
was
2
saying.
people that knew he said that, and that was him and Sydney.
No, Gail
Still in the
wouldn't know.
hopium meter.
Gail knew.
Well, that means with the
Here's the thing. Somebody brought this up too, and I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure Sydney gave her some sort of information to write the book, which turned into the movie. Because when we see the clip in part 2, the clip of Stab, we see the conversation between Billy and Sidney that only Billy and Sidney knew. So how did that make it in Gail's book? Sidney had to tell Gail something to give her that information, because that conversation was like word for word exactly the same. So I think she told him.
That's fair. He's still dead.
You know, my thing is, my proof is in part 6. You remember when they had all the drawings? You probably heard this before, right? Of all the characters,
Yeah.
of the dead characters.
Yeah.
Okay, they had Principal Henbury's stand, and you remember what the drawing showed? It showed him laying dead on his office. Do you remember where the police found him? Hanging
from
off the
a-
wall.
Strung up at the school.
Yeah.
The only person who would have seen him dead on his office that accurately to draw it was the person who killed him in his office before they moved his body.
Roman.
So who did that? Who did that?
Roman.
Roman was dead before anyone.
No, I'm saying Roman was there in part 1. Can't change my mind. Stu's dead.
Oh no, I agree with Roman being there. However, Roman's dead. Like, Roman doesn't help Richie draw these drawings if Richie's the one doing them, or drawing them in 6.
I
That's
think
true.
we're giving the writers too much credit here. I think we're all talking about how, like,
Don't we
they
all?
have all of these little things planned out, and she must have told Gail so it could be in the book. I think they just did it for us. I don't think
Right.
there's anything wrong with that.
I
Fan
feel
service.
like we're giving Radio Silence too much credit. I think Wes knew what he was doing. More so.
Well, you guys know, I didn't know this. I just learned this. Did you know that when Wes created these movies, he worked from end to beginning? Did you guys know this?
No.
Negative.
I didn't know this. When he created, especially the first one, he started with Billy and Stu being Ghostface in the end and worked his way to the beginning. And to me, that is such a Wes Craven thing to do. And that's why Wes Craven was Wes Craven. He knew who his killers were before he did anything else.
I'm sorry. What do you mean? He did, like, you mean writing? Because he didn't write. that.
Yes. No, I mean like with creating the characters.
Okay.
Or
Wait.
do you mean the scene wise?
I mean, maybe it was Kevin Williamson that I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Whoever it
Kevin
was.
Wilson did it.
Yeah, maybe it was Kevin Williamson, not Wes. But he wrote it from end to beginning. He knew that Billy and Stu were the killers first, and then went from there. Where a lot of times they throw the killers in later on now.
Well, yeah, and Kevin also, like, he started.
Let me look
started
this
as
back up.
Yeah, Kevin started this as like a 30-minute thing for like a writing class he was doing in college, apparently. Then he did something. He was house sitting. He did an interview for that book that I was telling Sarah about. I'm pretty sure I told Jake about it too. But the what's your favorite scary movie? Yeah, and then he was like house sitting and saw a story about like home invasions and this particular killer in Florida,
Yeah,
and
he
developed
killed
it further.
Ripper.
Yeah, old Danny Rowling or however you pronounce it. He was a weird guy. Apparently, really loved Mountain
Aren't they
Dew.
all? Aren't they all weird?
Yeah.
Serial killers? Yeah. Yeah, I think we can
A
all
little
agree on
bit.
that, right?
Just a- yeah, just a
We
little
all
bit.
a little. We all go a little mad sometimes. All right. But he really liked Mountain Dew. Apparently, I know that. I watched a true crime thing on him after I found that out, and it was really interesting.
Well, apparently he did the do too. Do the do. Do you guys like? Do you like Teaching Mrs. Tingle too? Like anyone like that movie?
Never
'Cause I
seen.
love that movie.
Haven't seen
Never
it.
seen.
Unfortunately, no.
I have not
It's
seen it.
not great. It's not
I
bad.
loved it. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. Like what you like. But
Oh, I'm
No.
not. I'm not sorry for that because I love it. I love the characters.
y'all
and
probably
I love,
talked about this before I got here, but like, how did everyone feel about the movie? I don't even know that right now. I kind of know with Julie and a little bit with Sarah, and I know a lot about Jake.
Well, there you go.
Uh,
Might as well tie this into there. Does it live up to your expectations?
That is loaded question. I'll go last. I talk too much.
Okay, Kyle, you go first.
For most part, I really enjoyed Screen 7 without a few of the nitpicks. I love the opening with the two couple at the beginning and Stu Mockers museum house there. I love that, and also love the scene when he switched out the mechanical ghost face with the real ghost. I was like, okay, he's actually standing there this time, and how they died and how he burned her was awesome opening. I also love the dynamic between Sydney and Tatum. I love that mother and daughter dynamic that was going on there, and I love a lot of the kills were really good, especially with this Lucas getting the alcohol through his mouth.
Yeah.
That bar scene was pretty cool. I did like the stew stuff, but the other AI stuff was not needed. They could have did a lot more with the deep fake. I did, the final act was a little rushed, even though after the reveal. But I did find it pretty funny when Anna Camp got wasted. Her whole face got wasted. I thought that was pretty funny. Out of all of the AI stuff, when they showed the AI with Ben on the laptop, why does it look like he's morphing into Stu like the Hulk? Ooh.
That got weird.
Yeah, I know it got
way
weird.
too far.
You know what I mean?
He deserved the hit in the head with the laptop. I'm just saying.
I was like, what?
That part was weird, but why does it look like he's morphing into Stu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was cool that Margot Petrani's score was in this. But I do have there was some parts that they could have changed for sure. So for the most part.
What do you give it out of 10? I'm just curious.
Who, me?
Yeah.
7 out of 10.
Okay.
Shannon?
So I kind of went in with my expectations low, I guess. Like, I feel like somebody said here, like, I feel like as soon as Anna Camp was cast, it's like we knew that she was Ghostface, especially, like, if you watch the first trailer, it's like, where in the fudge was she? Right? Which I kind of, liked of how they did not show it, because, like, it probably would have revealed it first. Unless there was, like, some deleted scene, I guess. Right. Because, like, there probably is, like, more footage to, like, what we saw with Anna Camp, for example. And, like, we didn't even see Ethan Embry in the trailer or TV spots. Unless I'm dumb about Ethan for TV spots.
Neither Anna or Ethan were in any trailer or TV spots.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, like I went in low, but I was really like surprised at this. Like it was like a motive that we probably didn't see coming. Like we all thought Leslie Mocker was going to be in a camp, so kind of like that it wasn't related to a former Ghostface. Even though the Stu one would have been better, just because what are they going to do with 8? I wonder then. Right.
It's
What do you
only
give out
going to
of
make
10?
sense if Stu has something to do with it. Just saying.
Yeah. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for me for sure.
Sarah?
As per usual, I have bullet points, so I'm gonna just go through these.
You go through it. Do it, girl.
Okay. We got highlights, we got rankings, we got ratings. Here we go. Movie.
Okay.
6 out of 10. Ranking 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, 6. Positives: Gail and Sydney's relationships, mature story, the inclusion of Chad and Mindy, who I liked better than in the previous 2 films, Mark freaking Evans, nostalgic set pieces, music, vibes. They were fun. It was fresh. I liked the opening kills. I liked the whole murder Airbnb. I thought it was like an improvement on the Shrine in 6. And I liked Ghostface pre-reveal. Now the negatives.
Brutal.
Yes.
Brutal.
Literally
Good old
everything
damn it,
about
Carl.
Jessica is my negative. Just my note just says everything about Jessica. I hated her. I hated her motive. I hated her reveal. Not a fan of Jessica. We spent too much time on too many kids that did not matter. The AI was kind of cringy, and it's not going to age well. It's going to date the movie. The murder mystery was like kind of weak, and it just needed like more time to breathe. Like in general, we were just doing too much all at once. But like my main takeaway is like I still had fun. Like I'm kind of mid on it, but if like 8 course corrects, I could probably forgive like a lot of sins of 7.
Okay.
And that's me.
Does anyone else think of the movie Hot Chick every time you hear the name Jessica?
It's me!
Jessica!
Jessica!
That's like all I hear when I hear that name.
Oh, I love that movie.
Me too.
Too bad Rob Schneider's a douche now.
Yeah.
Sorry. We'll move away from that.
It's fine. Jake, it's your turn.
Hell yeah. I just didn't think I would ever walk out of a Scream movie feeling like I just didn't have any fun with it. And that to me is maybe my biggest issue with the flick. I have walked out of every single Scream movie at the very least just having a very good time or really vibing with something that was consistent throughout the entire film. I can say that about the previous 6 movies. I just walked out of this one and I was bored in the middle and I was just disappointed by the end. I don't know. This just did not feel like a Scream movie to me outside of having the same ingredients as some of those previous flicks. The setting was really boring and just not utilized to the advantage, I think, of the filmmakers. Small town USA is scary because Ghostface can kind of pop up anywhere and you might be alone perhaps, and this movie like took that way too damn far. The Pine Grove, Indiana is a ghost town. No one is anywhere, and the cops are even worse than the Woodsboro PD. So I don't know, there's so many moments of this film where I was 90% of the time frustrated versus having fun with the over-the-top kills every now and then. This felt like a Lifetime movie, casually interrupted by Ghostface killing people in Art the Clown style manner. I don't know. It was so all over the place, and just did not feel like those tight Scream movies that we've gotten in the past, and just didn't really have fun doing it either for me personally. So I was really disappointed with this one. It ranks very, very low for me.
What is
Out
your
of 10?
ranking?
Yeah, out of 10.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
And what's your ranking?
It's at the bottom of the barrel, baby. Like I think, and again, all the Scream movies are like they're up there. Like they're all very close. I love all of them a lot, and like, you can kind of rearrange them a little bit. 7, I just think, is always going to be at the bottom of my rankings moving forward.
Okay.
I hate to be so negative.
Right,
Ken, let's hear your thoughts.
I love to be negative.
I loved the first and second
I don't
act.
see it as negative or positive. I just see it as a view, the way that it resonates with you.
Yeah.
I did love the first and second act. I thought the first and second act were incredible. But there's so much about it that was negative to me. Like, I've got my notes from when we were actually in the movie. Because I'm that guy where I take notes as we're going. And one of the ones that really bothered me was when I literally have the killers are the orderly from the hospital and the weird kid's mom. Like, I didn't even know their names. And
Weird kid's mom.
when he showed up and he was like, I was a Google AI tech, I was like, Jesus fuck. Like, yeah, he's like, I was a Google AI tech, and then I became an orderly at a mental institution. I was like, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
Oh yeah, and this guy was here the whole time. That is very clearly from that Stab movie, but I didn't know who he was.
Right, like, it just that whole thing to me was really, really bad. But watching Sydney as like a mama bear, incredible. I'm one of the only people that loves the AI aspect of it. I thought it was really relevant, and that's what Scream's always been. It's always been relevant to what's happening in the time that we're in at that moment. And being ahead of the curve, even. Like, look at Scream 4 and, the reveal in that and the motive in that. Like, that was very ahead of its time. And so I think that there's a lot of the AI stuff that I feel like will age well. Maybe it won't visually look as well, but the deep fakes and the AI stuff that we're doing right now that I think is putrid and disgusting. But you can't deny the fact that it's here. And it's happening. It's still not the bottom of the barrel for me. I do disagree with Jake on that. I do think that There's a couple lower than that. I can't discuss my ranking just because I'm doing that tomorrow night, and I don't want to give it away for anybody that may be watching tomorrow. But I will tell you that it's 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, 4. So, well, I won't go too deep into it, but I will say that. So, yeah, I just think that this movie has its redeeming qualities. Is it a movie that, like, I'm anxious to ever watch again? No. But is it a movie that I'm pissed off that I've watched? No. I've seen The Exorcist 2. Like, you know, this is a fucking joyride compared to that. So I think that the biggest thing about this movie that's a bummer to me is the fact that there's so many people out there that are review bombing it to make it worse than it is when they haven't seen the movie. I'll take your word. Like, I as somebody, I went into this with the highest of hopes that I was going to love it, that it was going to be one of the top ones for me. Even though it's the 7th installment of a slasher franchise, I had high hopes. I was honest with my review. It's not a very good movie once you get to the AI tech and the really bad CGI when oh boy gets his head in the beer tap, or when Anna Camp gets her face blown off. Like, that all looked like crap to me. I thought it was garbage looking. Or the fact that Mark didn't die and they pulled him out and he was just like, I'm going to cut through your rope now, daughter. You know, like, that kind of stuff to me sucked. But, like, I did love the scene, and nobody's talking about the scene, and it's probably my favorite scene in the whole film. When Ghostface has her by the neck, you know, he's got the knife to her neck, and Mark's like, now, and she ducks and he kicks Ghostface. Like, I fucking loved that scene. Like, I was in the theater like, yes, hell yeah, Dad. Like, that's a fucking great dad right there. Like, he had, they were trained on each other. Their eyes were ready. The minute he said go, she went, he kicked Ghostface, and then he got the living shit kicked out of him. But in that one split second, he was a hero. And I thought that was incredible. I really, really loved, like I said, that's probably my favorite scene in the whole film.
Mine too.
Julie and I talked about that for like 20 minutes, just about
Yep.
Mark fighting people in his own house. We
That's
love
Yeah,
Mark.
dude,
So
like,
good.
love that
So what do
scene.
you give it out of 10?
Well, I gave it a 2 out of 5, so that would roughly translate to what, a 4.5 out of 10, maybe?
Okay, 4. That works. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Like I said, I've seen 6 and 4, so I've seen worse.
Oh,
I get more and more ready to fight every time you say something about 4.
I hate 4, man. Like, and it sucks
Dude.
because I want to like it so much, but I have
4 is
taste,
an
so I
Oscar
can't.
winner. 4 is an
I
Oscar
love
winner
4.
compared to 7.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
That's
It's not my cup of tea because when I drink tea, I don't like shit in it. So, like, I just can't
God.
watch 4, you know?
Ay, ay,
Like,
Ooh.
So
Julie.
I'm heartbroken. I'm heartbroken is what I am.
Yeah, I really liked it. So I've seen it twice. The ending just, it sucks because I'm not gonna budge. I really liked the first 2 acts, but the ending, and I was just telling Sarah and Knight this the other evening, like, they could have saved this entire movie for me if they had just, if Jessica was Leslie or if we got Stu, because the whole movie, I had no problem with the AI Stu stuff. I thought it was, seeing Matthew Lillard act like that was hilarious. Like, I had so much fun. Like, at first when he showed up, I was like, oh my God, okay, we're just doing this, okay. But I didn't find it cringy at all until the TV montage at the end. And then that was like, I almost had to like look away. It was pretty bad. And then the second time I saw the movie, I was like, please, like, let the projector just die at this part, and then we can just pretend it didn't happen. But I don't know. I think they can, if they pull a Miracle in 8, I feel like they can save this one for me retroactively. Wait, what are you guys laughing at?
Stacy. Stacy said Sledge needs to get the Clockwork Orange helmet and have it put on him and then watch for maybe 44 times. Talking about Scream 4.
Yeah, that's hard.
Damn.
With fixing the eyeballs.
No, I love what you're saying, Julie, honestly, because I agree with you. Like, those first 2 acts, I was hooked. Like, I was like, this is fucking awesome. Like, I don't get what the big stink is about this movie.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
people. I was telling Sarah, people keep pointing stuff out that's like, stuff that I didn't notice that may be nitpicky, but then it does, build
It
up when it's like,
snowballs. It
okay,
adds up. Yeah.
it does, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That being said, I think I'm standing firm. It just sucks because the reveal just really retroactively. It's like, what was the point of any of that we just saw? It doesn't connect for me, the motive with the AI and stuff. And I was like, I'm so glad that Kevin admitted that they filmed an alternate ending, because I was like, I swear, like, this was a rewrite. This is not, like, I swear they changed this last
It
second.
felt
That's
like
how it
one.
feels. Yeah.
Could
It
you
felt like a
imagine
rewrite.
how? Can you imagine how bad that must have been? That this was the better one.
What audience did they
What
show
did
it
he
to?
say? Did he say
don't
that
think
test
it was the
audiences
better
didn't
one.
like it?
Well, he said the
Yeah.
audience didn't care for the other one. That's what he said.
I would have been like, too bad. I'm releasing this ending.
Wrong people for
'Cause
that.
what we got
Yeah,
was
probably was the
what you
wrong
hear
audience.
now.
not it.
They had the
Ugh.
wrong audience. Because
That
if we were
sucks.
in there, we would be like, yes,
Yeah.
dude.
I also are you
100%.
guys confused? Because I swear, like, when we heard about this early on, I thought Kevin was rewriting the script. And then now he's saying, oh, well, this was all Guy Busick's idea, the AI plot, and he's saying he didn't change, like, any of the major plot points, which
Well,
had
so-
me really confused, because I was like, wait a minute, I thought he, like, fully rewrote it, or at least
So
mostly.
he's like listed as the first writer, but the story by credits he's not credited as all. So I think like the AI elements and the story beats are still James and Guy, because those are the two story by credits. He just
Okay.
like from what I understood, when he came on, they already had a script. He rewrote that script using the same story beats and just changed characters and dialogue and stuff.
Ah, interesting. I just find it so, like, I can't believe he read that ending and thought it was good to go. Like, I don't know.
I agree.
I mean, but what you're forgetting is Ethan Embry was an AI tech at Google, Julie,
You're right. I did forget to mention
16
that.
years.
for 16
Did
years.
you say
And then-
that?
And then he said, you know what? This isn't for me anymore. I'm going to go be an orderly at a mental institution instead.
No, it wasn't. I'm sorry, it wasn't for 16 years. He was an AI tech 16 years ago because he said he'd been at Fallbrook for 16 years. Do you all know any fucking AI
Wait a
techs
minute.
from 16 years ago?
Wait, no. Are you
He
sure
said-
you said that? That seems like a blatant mistake.
When he's giving Sydney and Gail the information, he says he's because he's talking about John Doe, and he said he was here before I got here, and I've been here for 16 years.
Oh, you're
Yeah, but he
right.
could have just been lying to them to throw them off the scent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
It
but
is
that-
can't hardly wait we're talking about here. The guy's done a thing or two.
But have you
definitely-
seen
knows-
Devil's
he-
Candy though?
Well, I mean, he knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
He's seen a thing or two.
So, yeah. So I don't know. Like for me, the biggest bummer for me is just the fact that this could have been towards the top of my ranking. It really could have been. And I've never seen somebody fumble the bag so hard in the third act, except for maybe like The Woman in the Yard. I think that was a fantastic movie that had a garbage ending. I expected more out of Scream just because of the consistency that we've had with this franchise. It's always been consistent. It's always been great. And then this one, like, this is the movie that you wrote for Sydney to come back to. Like, man, I love the brutal kills. Don't get me wrong. I love the brutality of the kills here. Like, McKenna Grace's kill, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Seeing her be completely eviscerated while she's up there, that was great. But you gotta be able to stick the landing. You know, it doesn't matter how well you fly the plane if it lands in the ocean. You know, like you've got to be able to stick that landing and make sure that you're here for the long haul. Like, I honestly wish once Melissa left, I wish they would have pushed back production even more because they rushed this once Melissa left. I mean, you guys know what the original Scream 7 script was, right?
Yeah.
Garbage.
That
So I'm glad they
Tara
did.
was gonna be that she was gonna be killed and that she
No,
was
Tara was
that, Sam was
Tara.
gonna-
Yeah,
yeah, Tara
Yeah.
was gonna be killed and Sam was going to
Sam was going to be Ghostface. Garbage. That goes against her whole arc. Like her whole arc throughout the first 2 of her movies is I'm not my dad. I'm not a killer.
The darkness. Yeah.
Right. And then now she's like, whatever. Let's do it. You know, like I wasn't in.
I don't know. I would be in on that because I even said it beforehand. I was like, the only thing that would push her to go to that violent level is if Tara was killed, and then I could see her wanting to get rid of everything that brought about Tara's demise. But I'm sorry, Julie, I didn't hear did you give a out of 10 ranking? What did you say it was? I'm gonna miss it.
I don't know, Eric. I think I'm at like it's so rough because that ending just freaking ruins it for me. But I think I would probably give it like a 7. It's, to be honest, so like in my ranking, I think, Sarah, I forget what I sent you. It changes all the time. But I think I'm at like 1, 4, 2, 7, 6, 5, 3. And sometimes I switch 3 and 5. So it's pretty high up there. It's in my top
Okay.
4. Yeah.
Especially when you're following the awesome Tatum chasing that was going on there, and then after that, just
I
falls
know.
off.
Yeah. See, that's what makes it like there's so much good in this for me that it's like, yeah, the ending sucks, but like when I saw it the second time, honestly, like it wasn't as offensively bad. The ending.
Really?
Like
Everyone says that.
No, it was still bad, Eric. But I think because I knew it was coming and I knew I wasn't getting what I wanted, which happens a lot. For me, at least,
Your expectations were lower.
Yeah, well, I knew what I was gonna get, and because like the first time I saw it, like they really got me at the end when he's like, "Come on out, Stu." I was like, "Oh my god, they're doing it!" And then a short Ghostface walked out, and I was like, "That's not Matthew Lillard."
We talked to him about
when the freaking gates opened, I was like, "Oh my god, yes, please!" But then she walks out, and I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah,
I saw how short she was, and I was like, "Nope."
Yeah, we talked to him about that, and he's like, "Yeah, that was like," he thought that was exciting because like that was awesome and I understand why, but this movie for me, I have it as a 5. I've seen it 3 times now, and with every time I watch it, it's gone down like half a point.
Stop watching it.
Here's the thing, like I feel like a lot of people went in as like this movie's a 10, and then they're like, okay, well because of the ending, I'm taking a point off, and because of that, I'm taking. I went in with this movie as a 0. Like I paid money to watch this. Give me, you're gonna earn points by giving me good things, and like it got a point because of the like use of shadows. Like it had great use of shadows, like cinematography wise, like they're in the chase scene and stuff like that. Really like that.
The silhouette of Ghostface on the
exactly.
wall. That was beautiful.
It was. I'm so glad they left it in.
What about
it was in the trailer? But
what about the absolute blatant Halloween 78 reference at the beginning when Ghostface comes out of the shadow behind him, just like the Shape does in Halloween 78?
There's so many Halloween references. It's
I was like, if the coolest thing you do in this movie is ripping off another movie, then that's not good to me, because I also feel like freaking Sydney was kind of very much like Jamie Lee in 2018, and it was like it didn't work for me as a Sydney character.
See, but I don't look at that as ripping off. To me, like that's a total homage. Like they were totally paying tribute. I mean, look at Scream since the beginning has been an homage to horror movies. You know, I mean, like, because I had somebody that was like, "Oh, this movie was just a blatant rip-off of Halloween. That's pathetic." I was like, "Have you seen the first one?" Like they do so many shots from Halloween 78 right in the original Scream. And to me, this has always been an homage to horror movies. Like the whole franchise has been. So I love the fact that they came out and were like wearing their influences on their sleeve. I thought that was brilliant. That's so brilliant to me.
If you're good, then yeah. But this movie to me just wasn't good. Like if that's the coolest thing you do, you got a problem. And for me, that was one of the cooler things. The kills, like everyone's like really on them, and I'm like, those are great kills for Art the Clown. Like I don't want some long drawn out like Ghostface doing all that noise. Like that's, I don't know. I felt like some people were upset that Ghostface used a gun in part 6. Like Ghostface doesn't do that.
Was upset that they used a gun.
And then all of a sudden they're like, "Have you seen the kills in this one?" Like, and I'm like, "Wait, so you were against the gun, but you're okay." Also, the beer tap kill, they didn't even like. I would have enjoyed it maybe a little bit more if they would have established that beer tap existed beforehand. Like they skipped the first part of the Chekhov's gun and writing. Like they didn't show us that beer tap. If they would have shown it at the beginning, like her pouring something, I would have immediately known like somebody's about to get messed up with that beer tap.
You were talking about the gun. People that said that made me laugh, dude. Watch the first fucking movie. Like Billy and Stu have a gun in the whole third act.
Yeah, they take who's did they take?
This means like the shotgun. I don't know. Maybe to people the shotgun seems more visceral. I don't
I
know.
loved it. I thought it was so
You
cool.
looked badass with a shot.
Yeah,
Mrs. Loomis and Mickey had a gun. Like they all use guns, man. Like that was when people were like they use a gun in Scream 6. I was like, here's what's crazy. They also wear a ghost face mask.
Yeah,
you know, like they're doing the same thing they've always done.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with it, but like I said, what I was getting at is people who had a problem with Ghostface using a gun are some of the same people who are like, the kills in this one are so crazy and inventive and great. And I was like, so you're against a gun, but like a beer tap through the back of the skull and then blood and beer coming out the mouth. That's cool. Like, I don't know. For me, it felt more at home with like in a Terrifier movie. And so I honestly, like, I didn't really care for that, like that kill. The characters we spent all like, we had this meeting of suspects like we did in 5 and 6. The killers weren't even there. That was such a waste. Like, let's gather the suspects.
Yeah, they were both in
not
like
even
what
there.
one scene each. Like before it,
she
like
was
prior
she was
to?
in 2.
Jessica was in 2. Yeah.
And then Ethan was in 1. Like the murder mystery for me wasn't even there because
And yet
there
people
was
are
nothing.
mad at Roman and Mickey. Just saying.
What do you? I don't. This Mickey was at least around the freaking like characters. Like we never, as far as I know, we never even see a scene between Tatum and either of the ghost faces.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Jessica in this movie has more screen time than Mickey and Mrs. Loomis did in part 2.
Not Miss Loomis, yes, but not pre-reveal. Not Mickey,
Okay.
not pre-reveal. Because somebody came out and said Jessica has 17 minutes of screen time. They're including post-reveal.
Okay.
Which, in terms of murder mystery, that doesn't count. Like we're talking about the ability to solve who's committing these acts by the people we see in the movie. She's in 2 scenes. The scene with her and Sydney at the coffee shop, and when Gail comes up and starts talking to Lucas, her son, and like kind of like questioning him. That's the only 2 scenes she's in. So
She's in the gym too after I think McKenna Grace dies and the police are like, "Where were you?" And she's like,
Yeah.
I was at
Oh,
home
yeah,
with my
he's-
son. Or he was at home with me or something, but that was like 10 seconds maybe.
yeah,
Have you seen
didn't
this
have-
the clip of her on her phone while she's in the gym and she's working her legs out? Have you seen that?
No, what the hell is that?
There's apparently I'll try to find it. I'll put it up on Instagram tonight so you guys can see it. But there's this thing where she's like working her legs out at the gym and then she hangs up a phone. And I was like, could you imagine if she was just doing Pilates? Like, hello, Sydney. Couldn't help but notice your daughter's at the. You know what I mean? Like, I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Was that a deleted scene? Or
Look, I will
Uh-oh.
find it.
okay.
Yeah, please do. I don't know. I gave it a 5 out of 10. The ending, not only was it like the motive was awful, the reveal was terrible. And do any of you know what the plan was? Like, what was their plan? Because they needed, with that motive, they needed
to get
Tatum
out of it. Yeah.
They needed Tatum to live because that trauma cycle has to keep going. So in order for that to happen, she's got to live. Do they think they're just going to cut her loose and be like, all right, go forth and live your trauma. We're going over here. Please write a new book.
They made it seem like Jessica was going to like almost adopt Tatum. Like in my opinion, that's like what they were
What do
trying
you
to
mean?
implicate.
Like how was she not
Because she's
immediately
batshit
going to
crazy.
the what is she how did they not know she's immediately going to the cops, or as soon as she gets a gun
She's not
killing
going
a
to think
person
that
who
way.
just killed
I
She
kind of
won't
took
think that way.
I didn't think of it the first time I saw it, but the second time I was like, okay, maybe Jessica's okay with Tatum killing her, as long as like she's like, okay, I did what I was planning to do. I made a new Sydney or whatever, and that's gonna live on past me, even if this girl kills me right now. But like, still mission accomplished. I don't like. It's stupid. I know it's stupid. But I'm just saying. That's
Well, her whole thing was she
opium.
needed Sid. Yeah, her whole thing was she needed Sydney, and Sydney needed that trauma. And now she's saying, I don't need you because I need to make the new you. But she needs that, so I don't like. She's
Yeah,
it doesn't.
you're right. I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. Like
Kind
it's
of
so
all falls
nonsensical.
apart. Yeah.
It really does. The only Mark Evans and Lucas were the highlights for me, and that's Mark. Like I love that Mark he'll throw fucking hands with anybody. It doesn't matter. Like when his family is there, like he's walking through the house with a like. Oh, that's another thing I didn't mention. The third time I saw it, I remember when they go back to their house after the McKenna Grace kill. Before they step foot in their house, they have the police clear their house.
They didn't clear the attic.
But they
Barely.
didn't check
It
the
was-
attic. What the
They were
hell?
checking
It was-
closets
hold on.
or attics.
I
Yeah, they hit
counted.
the whole
I
house.
pulled a timer out that third time because I'm like that. It's 24 seconds from the time the last cop leaves the house till Ghostface jumps down from the attic. 24 seconds. That's the most useless police clearing I've ever seen in my freaking life. Like,
Yeah.
that scene didn't even need to be there.
Well, another thing that pissed me off that I was just talking to Sarah about, Mark Evans, my favorite character. He, again, this was spoiled in the trailer, but when he goes back into his garage, right, and he hears a bang, and this is after Sydney, I think, goes with Gail to the mental hospital, and he's alone in the house. And he goes into the garage, and he knows he seems to suspect he heard somebody in there. He doesn't even draw his weapon. He's got his back to the plastic. Like, that pissed me off so much. I was like, what are you doing? And he, like, they killed Carl already, but, like, didn't he know that Sydney and Gail had gotten another stew call?
I don't know.
Did he know? Like, they took that call, in the dining
After.
room? But he was there in the house, wasn't he?
That's right, because I was about to
Yeah.
say, like he was convinced that they had killed. You're
Right.
absolutely right. I didn't even think about that.
And they wouldn't have just not told him, because, like, why would you not tell your husband and your daughter that, like, hey, there's another killer, we just got a call?
Well, he also is. They probably. Am I the only one hearing that music right now?
I'm hearing it too.
Okay, I was like,
And is it
some-
you?
it's not okay. Cool.
I was trying to screen record this. So I'm screen recording something so I can send it to Carrie. That way she can see what I'm talking about.
No, they
Okay.
they would have had to tell him like, hey, because it doesn't make sense to go to Fallbrook if there's not an existing threat. Okay, so that really doesn't make sense. You know what else didn't make sense to me? Lucas, the true crime expert who knows everything about these killings, taking a broom and saying, "I got this," and running into a Ghostface like running.
Dude.
I'm like, what are
Yeah.
you doing, my guy?
Yeah, really.
Like
Well,
That
you
was
were
upsetting.
you were just with the
Oh.
girl, like feeding her fries, having a good old time. Things are getting better for you. Fucking leave. Fucking leave.
And I was rolling my eyes because I was like, oh, God, like, he's not the killer, is he? Because if he was just going in there and he got some fake blood on his chest, but nope.
That's
He was
what
just
I
dumb.
think. That's what
I'm not
everyone
gonna lie
thought.
to you. I thought when he came out with just a stab on his stomach, I thought it was gonna be a fake out.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it
then
makes sense.
they pulled it on us, and he ended up getting that gnarly kill. Which I wouldn't have minded that kill, but I'm sorry. The beer coming out of his mouth, that ruined
was-
it for me. If they
it was a
didn't do
joke.
that, if it was just like maybe blood oozing, that would have been fine. But the beer coming out was too hokey for me.
It was a joke.
I think it
one funny
went on
thing.
a
I
little too
know.
long.
One
It
funny
did.
thing
It
that
really
did happen to me. So it was at the screening in Florida. So after he kills Celeste, he's like Ghostface is on top of the bar. He jumps off the bar and he lands kind of like with a thud. The people next to me thought she had already died, and they thought he jumped on top of her.
I thought the same thing.
So
Yeah,
the
me
people
too.
next to me was like, "Wow, that's a little bit of overkill." And I leaned over to Marcus next to me. I was like, "They think that's overkill. Wait till what they're about to see." And the whole theater laughed the whole time. That's the thing. Like, it's a joke. It's not even scary or anything at that point. Like, it took me out of it, and that's one of the reasons like I feel like it's an Art the Clown thing, because somebody brought up the Olivia kill and how brutal that was. When I saw that, I was like, oh my god, that's awful. When I saw this, yeah, it's brutal, but I'm like, that's dumb. Like, I didn't think, like, it made the Olivia kill made sense because it's a freaking angry high school teenage boy being stupid. This was like a grown ass man fucking dragging this out, lifting a kid up by his head. Also, like, didn't make sense. It wasn't scary. It was funny and it was dumb.
But we also got to remember
The dumbest
that
thing was the whole bar scene.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying the dumbest thing about the whole bar scene that drove me nuts was Chad and Mindy. They go and they try to escape and they're like, oh no, we're locked in. We're going to have to go through the kitchen with the killer. I'm like, my brother in Christ, we have floor-to-ceiling windows and a glass door.
I've been to that bar.
Get out.
They have 3 separate doors in the dining area alone. They didn't need
My
to go
point
through
is
that
there's
fucking
no
kitchen.
There's no door.
door. Just
According to
throw a
them.
little chair through and you're gone. You didn't even have
You're right.
to look for another door.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. And you were
Like,
talking
you've been
about
through what you've been through the last 2 movies, and you're
Yeah,
You're
30
not
stab
gonna break a
wounds.
rule?
Break
Here's,
a
Yeah.
window.
here's something dumb too that I want to throw out there. Please give me an explanation other than she didn't trust Gale. Why the fuck would Sydney, instead of running 2 feet back in the building to get the car
Oh.
keys, run halfway across this fucking town to try to say, other than she didn't trust Gale? Why?
Because
know.
they didn't want her to get to
because we
Tatum.
needed her to have the call.
Yeah.
because she didn't trust Gale.
Get Gale's keys and leave her there. You know what it would have set up? You know what it would have set up perfectly? If Gale would have refused, have Sydney punch Gale again, and then have Gale fucking be like, again with this? But
Yeah, but Gale's so comatose on pills and pain, she wouldn't have even felt it.
See, we're focused
It
on
makes
2 different things
zero
with
sense.
Gale. Like, I can't believe how differently we've interpreted Gale in this. It's driving me
I
a little
see-
crazy.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get the she's abusing drugs feel from Gale. I got she needed them because she has nerve damage and she
See,
like.
I don't know, man, because it's the timing of it. As someone, listen, and I'll be completely transparent here, as somebody who abused drugs very, very often, who very thanked the Lord in heaven got clean when his son was born. Addicts recognize addicts, and she started to get her pills once she got emotional. And that to me is addict behavior. Like when you start to feel that emotion, when you start to actually feel something again, you need to numb it. You need to take it away. You need to get out of there. And she needs to get out of that because it happened right when she brought up Dewey. When Sydney brought up Dewey, she's like, I would tell myself what I tell myself all the time. I'm fine. And then she goes for her pills. You know, like
They
to
are
me,
anxiety pills, though.
I think the point was not to focus on Gale having to take the pills. It was Sydney's reaction to it. Sydney looked at her and finally realized that it wasn't just Sydney by herself all of this time. Gale has been with her since day 1 in the trenches and now has like irreparable damage. It was like one of their biggest bonding moments of the movie.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. Like I said, as me as a
Did you see
former
Sydney's
addict,
face when she was looking at Gale? Just
yeah, she was like,
literally, it
damn, look at this junkie. I should just give her a needle.
That's not what I saw.
Yeah, that's not what I saw
literally
either.
not at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
me,
liked
that's
this scene. I like
I
all
I
didn't
of
saw
this
actual
together.
empathy.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's the perfect words. Like Sydney was
Yeah.
looking at her like she's really gone through it, and she honestly
Because she brought up
doesn't know-
Dewey. That's why. Because she
Yeah.
brought up Dewey. That
Well,
takes
and
it
yeah,
here's
back.
exactly. And if
I
her
think-
pills were for pain, why she wouldn't have had to have taken them right when
Well,
Sydney
she was
brought up
rubbing
Dewey.
her arm the whole interview.
Yeah.
She was. in
Yeah,
pain
she
the
was
whole
she
interview.
was she was shaking the whole interview. That wasn't
I
like
don't know,
a
man. Maybe. I felt like she was abusing. That just, and again, just opinion. We probably will never know, and that's the best thing about film is, you know, everybody, it's open to interpretation, but it's almost like Vietnam flashbacks when you're an addict and you see stuff like that. Like it's scary, it's sad, and it breaks your heart and it makes you scared. Like you get that anxiety feeling all over again. Like you need it again. And it's that was one of the saddest scenes in the whole movie to me because of my interpretation of what she was going through.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, but back to like the original scene, that does not make sense because, like, obviously from building tension perspective, it makes sense, but there's got to be a better story wise, like a story beat that makes sense than doing that because there is no explanation for this woman wanting to save her daughter, and she decides instead of going 2 feet that way, she's going to try to run halfway. Also, why does she tell Tatum to leave that boarded up room that Ghostface very clearly couldn't get into? Why? Why would Tatum leave that room?
Did she tell her to? I don't remember. You saw it 3 times. I guess he was.
Yeah, because she told her to go out there and shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if she would have stayed in that room, 2 more minutes? Sydney's there. Sydney is there. Like, what? There's so much of this movie that is it has to happen for the movie to happen, and that is terrible storytelling in my perspective. Like, if you can't tell a story that
that's why Sydney
well,
couldn't get in the car. It's because we needed Tatum by herself for a long period of time. We needed enough time to elapse for the phone call to happen. Like,
yeah, that's terrible storytelling, which is why, like I said, hell, this thing might go down to a fucking 4.5 by the end of this conversation. God damn.
I didn't see that being any different than Bailey.
Don't ruin it for him.
Well, okay, Eric, riddle me this. How is that any different than Bailey charging at Sam with a fully loaded gun?
Oh,
like, there's
God.
always been weird choices.
You know what? This is tied for part 6 for the last in the franchise for me. Like, honestly, I liked that reveal better than this reveal.
Well, I will say, Eric, I was like, after seeing this one, I was like, man, I'm kind of nostalgic for Wayne. This is crazy. And I hate the ending of, like, I love 6 until the reveal. So
And Marco and Jessica were just this version's Wayne and Quinn. When Wayne took his thing off, fucking Sam was like, you, and he's like, yeah, of course it was me. When Marco took his mask off, Sydney's like, you, and he's like, yeah, me. When Quinn took hers off, she's like, hey, roomie. And when fucking Jessica took hers off, hey,
Quinn.
neighbor.
Liked her.
She's like, hey, neighbor, how you holding up? It was the fucking same thing. I was like,
Guy Busick writing, I guess.
I was like, we really are doing the same thing. Oh, Quinn was the best out of those 3 ghost faces. Like, when I'll say this, I said it years ago, when she got up those stairs to go after Sam, like, and she like spit out blood and pulled the knife up. She looked like she was a fucking predator about to like eat someone. She looked terrifying. Of course,
I know, and I love her for it.
She took a knife to a gunfight, and we know how that plays out. But
and she took a brick to the face.
And that was before that, and she kept going. Like, that's the thing. She took a brick to the face and just kept fucking charging.
Oh, and she lost teeth, which thank God, because something that pissed me off, and I know this has like always been an issue, but the amount of times that somebody smashed Ghostface in the face with like a metal object, like a fire extinguisher or something, and there was no broken nose, no missing teeth, no bruising. I was like, come on. I know they always do that, but it was like really obvious in this one.
Scream 2, though, they showed Mickey with a gash on his forehead.
True. Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah, Quinn.
That was like the only time I feel like they actually showed an injury.
I mean, this was like the panic room scene when Sydney just like boom right in the nose, and I can't remember if Carl had any damage.
Right back up like Michael Myers.
Carl didn't. They take the mask off, and he's just like perfectly fine.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That was also very, very Scooby-Doo when they ran him over.
I liked it. It was the line was a little cheesy that Gail says, but I loved that he got run over. Mark was not giving up.
I loved when Mark like fucking like just runs and spears him and picks him up, and like Mark was so good. He was so good. Like I came out of the theater, I was like, I don't want to match. I was like, Mark Kincaid's name ever again. We've moved
That's
on.
That's probably my favorite sequence of like the whole movie. It's like from the time he drops from the attic to the time Gail hits him with the car. That whole, it's great.
So good.
Like somebody, and I think it was Jen, God love her, because she's a Patrick Dempsey fan. She's like, she said something before this one came out about like Mark Evans getting killed so that Mark Kincaid can make a return. I'm like. After this movie, I'm like, Mark Kincaid who? Patrick Dempsey wouldn't be throwing hands like that. He would get tripped and be out the rest of the fucking movie.
I know. I'm actually like, I feel a little bad, but I'm really glad he didn't come back.
Yeah, the reason he didn't come back is a terrible reason. I feel bad for. I feel sad for him, but also, I think we got the better of what was going to happen. Because even if it was the exact same story, I don't think he would have played that humor like the same while they're in bed. I don't think he would. He's not picking because like Joel McHale's a pretty tall guy. He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah, he's really tall.
Like he's not doing all that physicality with Ghostface like Joel McHale did, and that's a positive I'll say about the movie is like the Ghostface kill in seemingly the first act. Love that. That's awesome. Like we've never had that before.
Yeah.
But like short of that, not much nice I have to say about the movie.
I mean, I appreciate halfway through because in 6 we got the really cool opening in 6 where they did something different, and then in this one they found some way to do something even different again, which was really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
For sure.
Who was it? I asked Ethan Embry this because I was curious to his thought. Which of them do you think it was in Woodsboro who burned the house down?
Stu.
Carl?
Oh, for fuck's
Do we know
sake.
Carl did it? Do we know Carl?
Changed my mind.
Do we
Changed
know
my
like
mind.
if Carl killed anybody though? Because like Jessica has her son. Like would Marco, Ethan Embry's character, would he have had time to drive though to Woodsboro?
So
don't know.
You know it,
So you say that Ethan Embry said he's like, for me it has to be Carl because if it wasn't Carl then he probably had no kills, which makes him not a real Ghostface. So he's like, for me it was Carl.
he would be like, what's his face in the refrigerator?
Oh
Forget
fuck.
that guy's
Oh,
That's right.
Greg?
Yeah, Craig. It was
Greg.
Craig.
Greg.
Freaking Greg.
Greg.
But yeah, because like I thought like Marco was still alive during McKenna Grace's kill, but I don't know if it would have been like if Marco would have been the one there because I doubt he would have known his way around the costume shop and all that because we see Ghostface down there like very briefly behind her before he goes up and like starts moving her on the lighting board. I think that was more than likely Jessica there.
Can we also talk about this is the first, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first time in a Scream movie that we had a red herring be a killer?
Who was the red herring?
Carl. You know,
Yeah,
when you see him in the coffee shop, when he comes in and he sees Sydney and he gives her that look, like, and you just like, oh yeah, that's too much of a red herring for sure. And then he walks out.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've never
that look
considered-
was very intense.
Yeah, I've never
I thought
like I
something
don't
was
think
up.
you can. I've always thought you couldn't be both. I thought a red herring is just someone who distracts you from the real killer. So
what
like,
about Wayne Bailey when he says
Not
that goofy
necessarily
ass
because
line?
Billy was a red herring.
you
but
fuck
he
with
still
my
was a
family.
killer.
you don't.
Is that considered being a red herring? Because that was wild.
'Cause, like for me, the only red herring in this movie was the drama teacher, and that
The
guy
drama
was-
teacher.
I wanted him to fucking die. Oh
Heck
my!
was his
Thank
problem?
you.
Yeah, what was his
Yeah.
problem?
I don't,
I don't know, I don't
Like,
like him.
I wanted him to die more than I wanted Gail to die in 6, which was a fucking
Really?
lot. It was a lot. Yeah.
Eric, I think Jen is correcting you.
Oh, who was it? It might not have been her. I thought it was Jen. Maybe it was. Oh gosh, I don't want to say another name now, but I thought it was you, Jen. I apologize if I was wrong. I thought it was you though.
I was gonna say like Jen's the one who always says that Kincaid was the secret killer in 3, so I don't think she really likes him too much.
Oh, it
that's
must have been
okay.
somebody else. I
Yeah,
feel
I
I
terrible.
think it
It
was
was.
Stacy.
Someone.
Stacy.
Stacy's mom has got it going on.
It's got it going on.
Oh,
But no,
my
it was
God.
Stacy that said it up above.
There's
I
now
can't
been
be
2
the only
cats
one that
pop
thinks
up on the
Jessica.
stream, and
Okay,
I'm
I'm
just
sorry,
loving
but-
life.
I agree with Oreo. I think Jessica is at least better than Wayne and Ethan.
Definitely better than
Yeah.
Ethan. See,
Yeah, better than Ethan. She was basically Wayne 2.0. Like,
It sucks because I love the idea of Wayne, like a detective being the
Doom.
killer, but it's like he gets so freaking goofy at the end, it just ruins it for me.
Just like she
I
does
just-
too. Like
She does.
I think the reason that I don't like Wayne is and this goes back to one of my biggest problems with Scream 6. Gail is an amazing, field reporter. Kirby is an FBI agent, and neither one of them knew that was Richie's family.
I said that, and I even talked about. I was like, Melissa, or Sam's been dating this man for 6 months and doesn't know what his mom or dad or brother and sisters look like.
I mean, he could.
Right.
To be fair, he could have been like, could have said he moved away from his family or like some. I don't know. I don't think we know like what his story was.
And
Not
Right.
everyone wants to
No,
meet
we
the
never
parents.
But I would
not
still think
saying she
that
has
Gail, because Gail always knows everything about everything when it comes to shit like that. And like I said, Kirby's a fucking FBI agent, and they were like, "Huh." You
Well,
don't say.
I mean, and they even say at one point because the fucking the shrine, right? Wayne and Bailey or Wayne Bailey said that he rented it under Craig and the other guy, Jason and
Yeah.
Craig's name. He said he rented it under their name so it was traceable to them. Then Gail's like, "Oh yeah, I found it." Those two used Gail found it because they were using two like fake names to rent it under. And I'm like, so which one was it? And if Kirby has been tracking these people from Atlanta like she says she has, you telling me she hasn't found a fucking rental space they've had for long enough to set up this fucking shrine? Even in part 2, like when fucking Miss Loomis comes out, Gail's like, "I've seen Miss Loomis," and Sydney's like, "Yo, this is a lot of work," or whatever later. The fact that no one knew that was Richie's family was a fucking travesty.
Well, what should have tipped them off was the phone call coming from Richie's phone. There's only a couple people that would have had that. It would have been the cops, the medical examiner, or the family.
Yeah, really.
Well, so it didn't have to come necessarily from Richie's phone. It just had to came from the same number, which they could have had like moved over to their somebody could have traced that or like cloned
You
that
can
number.
easily recycle the same phone number.
Now that you say that, though, it is pretty hilarious to think of the medical examiner being like, "This is gonna be hilarious, guys. Watch."
He's like, I'm about to fuck her whole day up, guys. Watch
Yeah.
this.
I'm not really dead.
Because that would have been my first thing. I wouldn't have gone immediately to cloned cell phones. I would have been like, who has this man's phone? And I would
Right.
have started there.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and Gail wrote a book about what happened in Woodsboro. Like, you telling me she didn't immediately go to the family to see if there were any fucking warning signs when he was a child?
You're right.
Like, what are you talking about? That there's like this has been 6 months or how long was it since like between 5 and 6? Like,
It had to be at least.
even if, I want to say 6 months, but I don't think that's it because
Yeah.
Tara graduates high school and is now in college. So
So it had to be at least a year, right?
At least like a summer like semester for her to finish high school and move. But I'm just like, it's baffling to me that like Sam, I don't know, like you have social media now, like that's a world we live in. Most people are gonna have some sort of fucking photo of their parents or their siblings, and somebody was like, "Oh, well, he didn't want her to know that about his life and everything, that to keep his identity a secret." And I was like, he planned on killing her. Why would he have the foresight to do all that if he thinks she's gonna be dead?
Right.
What are we talking about here?
That's
What was
why
going on with
6
AI
months
Dewey?
will
He looked
happen.
like a member of Fallout Boy.
Not really.
He is more than you bargained for, all right?
Why didn't they even put him like in his little police uniform, like something? I don't know.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like it was just a weird altogether. I don't know what that was supposed to be. It should have been just another. Oh, sorry. You know another thing that fucking my theater just laughed at like every time is after the AI calls when he like goes to turn it off and presses the button, like you see him like that, like all angrily.
See, I
That
kind
was
of
so
like
fucking-
that.
Right.
I thought it was hilarious. Like it was funny. Like it was hilarious. But I'm like, it just kind of took me out of the scene. Like especially because like he says something like devious, like "It's showtime, bitch." Click, and like he looks like an old man. Like, let me find the button. Okay.
I don't know.
thought
I
it was
think it
hilarious.
is like that's something Stu would have done if Stu was alive.
Maybe that's what the
at this
TV
time.
did to
I
him,
don't
you
know.
know? Just thinking, maybe.
Oh, and one line I did love because I actually loved AI Stu when he said she was like when Gail shows up. It's like he brought in this old hack, and he's like, "Oh, you were fired from your station." She's like, "I wasn't." It was the joke about Melissa. And then Stu, without missing a beat, goes, "Don't care, not even a little bit."
Yeah.
I laughed
Yeah.
so hard.
Or
We
See,
when
had
I
a
have-
lot
Good.
of fun with that.
I have an
We had a lot
infinite
of fun.
amount of respect for Matthew Lillard. Just a real quick story as to why. We were at Horror Hound a couple years ago, and his line got capped. And he found out his line got capped, and there were people at the end of the line that weren't going to get to meet him. So he literally was like, "Hold on a second, guys." And he got up and he went to the end of the line and hugged everybody and shook their hands and did the Shaggy voice for kids. Wasn't making any money off it. He did that just so the people that weren't going to get the chance to meet him still got the chance to meet him. And so after that day, I was like, dude, I will always, forever and forever love and respect this guy, because he could have been like, hey, con rules, that's out of my control. But he knew that there were some kids there that may not ever be able to meet him again. So without making any money, he just went and did amazing things for these people.
So
So
cool.
he
100%.
he did that. Yes, like there's 3 things he did like similar at the con I went to this weekend. He did that exact same thing on Sunday because they capped the line at like 4, even though the con didn't end until 6. But he did the same thing. He refused to leave his line for food, so he would literally he would sign an autograph, shake hand, go take a bite of food, and
Yeah.
stay there the whole time.
Aw.
And during the Scream 30th anniversary panel, there was this one kid who you could tell had a developmental disability in some way, and everybody comes up to ask one question, and he just kept wanting to ask questions, so he asked 2, and then for he goes to ask a 3rd, and Matthew comes up, he's like, "Hey, come over after and find me, and I'll answer any question you want. Let's let the next person answer." So he literally went and stood next to this dude for like 10 minutes after and answered every question he had while the other people could get a line. So he still got his questions answered.
You have guys like that will do anything for anybody. Then you have dickheads like Devin Sawa that are just the worst possible human being imaginable. And it's
So wait,
it's
are
not
you
fair.
saying that is Devin Sawa actually like the character in The Fanatic?
He's a douchebag.
Really?
Devin
met-
Sawa is a
You met
fucking
Devin?
douchebag.
Wait, hold on.
You met him?
I met him and he was just delightful. What happened?
What happened?
He was so nice to me.
How much time
I've
you got?
only heard like
It
lovely
was that
things.
falling brick. The falling
You having a
brick
bad
did,
day?
I think.
Oh, I am totally. Oh, I'm gonna even put it in the chat just to let you know that I'm serious.
And I heard the same thing about Emma Roberts, right? That she was like a diva and she was just rude. She was so delightful. She was so delightful at this con. She was so happy to meet everybody and answered everybody's questions really nicely and had huge smile the whole time. She was just delightful. I don't know. I guess I didn't have the same experience.
Team Falling Brick, baby. I root for the brick.
But that's
That was the worst retcon, or not retcon, but that was the worst in between. Next to
I thought
next
so
to
too until I
Jamie
met
Lee.
him. One, we had a really bad experience in person, so I could talk about that just because that's my story to tell. He was cool to me. He was really cool to me. Cut my wife off in the middle of a sentence. She went to finish the sentence. He said, "Hey, hold on," and put his hand almost right in her face. And I was like,
No.
that's my fucking wife, dude. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Actually, it's a
If you right, and I will fucking eviscerate someone for her with my bare hands. I don't care who you are. Like I tell my kids, when my kids would get out of line when they were younger and they'd talk back to their mom, I say, listen, when you do that, that's not your mom anymore. That's my wife. Nobody talks to my wife like that. No one. Not even you. And then if you critique him in any of his movies, he just will shit on you. I'm not going to put anybody out there. Hey! But a very, very good friend of mine that critiqued him, he put them on blast on Twitter for all his followers to go and attack this person just because this person that I'm very good friends with didn't like Chucky season 2. And again, I'm not saying names because that's not my dog, that's not my fight. but I'm one of those dudes that's super protective, even of my friends. Like, if you're going to do something like that, you're going to talk shit about my friends just because they did their job and said they didn't even say nothing bad about Devin. He was just, I didn't like the direction Chucky season 2 went, and they quote tweeted it, and Devin quote tweeted it and said a bunch of shit about this person as a human being, and I was like, what the fuck? What, fuck that guy. And then I had already had a bad taste in my mouth because he tried to put his hand in my wife's face, and I wanted to stab him through his armpit with a knife.
Halloween Kill style.
Like Big John.
Yeah, it was
I
just.
couldn't even finish Chucky, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, I did just because I'm a completionist and my dude is my dude. I love him to death. But that really put it, and it sucks because like the first audition I did for a movie that I got a part for, I did a Devin Sawa monologue. I've been a fan of this dude since Little Giants, Casper. Like, I've been a fan of his since I was a little kid. Salt Lake City Punk, SLC Punk is one of my favorite movies of all time. I literally got a Nautical Star punk rock tattoo as a kid because of SLC Punk. And, like, I've been a huge fan of his since I was a little kid. And for him to treat my wife like that, I was fucking infuriated. Because I had on an SLC Punk shirt, and he's like, hey, I love your shirt. And I was like, thank you. And then Astrid went for a picture. She's like, yeah, I got a Casper. And he was like, yeah, hold on. And he started talking about my SLC Punk shirt again. And I was like, the fuck? Like, no more. Let's go. Get out of here. Like, and it sucked. It really hurt. Like, it hurt me as a person because I was such a huge fan of his.
SLC Punk is Matthew Lillard's best performance too.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
100%.
Only
Yeah,
posers
yeah.
die, you fucking idiot.
No, his best Matthew Lillard's best performance was in Senseless. No one's gonna convince me otherwise.
I still haven't seen Senseless.
I haven't seen either one of those movies.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Jordan, you gotta watch SLC Punk, man.
100%.
SLC Punk, even if you're not a punk rock fan, that movie will blow your mind. And the cast is huge. Huge cast in this movie.
It's a movie that has
I'll
like
check it out. Do you think it's worth reacting to? I'm about to start back up my reaction channel for movies and stuff.
Dude, I don't care. I don't care how many times I've seen SLC Punk. I sob like an infant every time at the end of that movie.
It's also really funny. It's crazy. It's got this
hilarious movie.
It's all over the place, but it really brings in the emotion. And Matthew, like, I've always said this about Matthew, is you fucking cut the leash off that guy and you let him be him. Because anytime I see him in a role where it seems like he's reserved, I'm like, oh, I'm not really feeling it. I feel like especially in Five Nights too, I'm like, dude, you got to let this guy off the handle.
And him and SLC Punk, it looked like James Marandino, who directed the film, literally was like, Matthew, go, do it.
So that's what he said about.
That's where you get the best out of him.
Yeah.
That's what he said about the AI clips, by the way. Like, that was all filmed in one day. He's like, they didn't really tell me, like, give me specific lines. He's like, they gave me like beats to hit, and he's like, they just let me go. And he's like, that is the best place for me to be.
Man,
Yeah.
I love his performances there in the AI stuff, but man, the AI, it just looked so clean. It's one of those things where it's like, it's the punk rock side of me. Ken, you're probably the same way. Like, when I listen to music, I don't want it to sound like it's like perfectly recorded in space in a vacuum. And I felt like the effects on the AI stuff was like, oh, this just looks way too. This is like a ring light. Scott Foley did this in his bathroom. I don't know. Like, Roman doesn't even have his glasses on, and Stu has Dewey has Hitler hair. What is going on? That wasn't even Dewey. That was David Arquette. That wasn't even Dewey. You can't play the bow, 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 and have me believe it's Dewey. Don't do that shit. At least
I
just still looks like.
I do got to bounce here in a second because I do have an interview. I'm getting interviewed at 8 o'clock, but I got to say real quick on that. I still get so fucking pissed at Scream 6 and 7 for using Red Right Hand. Like, am I the only person that gets pissed when I hear Red Right Hand now without Dewey?
I like it in 7 because it happens during the curfew, so it matches the first movie.
See,
Dewey's theme is different. That's not Red Right Hand, because they played Red Right Hand in the first one. Like, it was only not in one of them, was it?
It wasn't in 4.
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't in 4.
So like,
every time I hear it, it's Dewey to me, though, man. I know Dewey's theme is more the Western thing, but to me, Dewey is Red Right Hand.
It's the Twin Peaks. It's like the Twin Peaks.
You know what?
ripoff music.
What
It's
got
great.
me is I saw somebody like later in life, and this was like not too recently. Like they did a reaction of like watching Scream for the first time, and when that happens, like, oh, it's the Peaky Blinders song. I was like, you motherfuckers, no, it's the Scream song, bitch.
Like,
Oh
let
my
me
God.
get up. I'm gonna grab my cane and I am gonna shuffle on over there to tell you a thing or two about a thing or two, you whippersnapper.
And I left a comment so fast, thanking them for the reaction because it was great.
Yeah.
Hey, Sledge, dude, I was so surprised. Like, I never knew your opinion on like Scream 4. I was so surprised you said it was bad. Like, that's like a 10 out of 10 movie for me, bro.
Oh man, here's what sucks about it. Honestly, what sucks about it, it's like Starbucks to me. Like I want so badly to like it, and then I try it, and I'm like, oh, it still tastes like shit. Fuck, damn it.
You can't get past that beginning.
The beginning, Davey knows. Me and Davey have had a deep, in-depth. I hate fake outs. I hate fake outs. And when you hit me with 2 in a row right off the bat, I'm instantly angry. I'm just mad.
I will say
I
that's the
do
worst part
believe
about it.
that's the worst. I think that's the worst opening in the franchise. But really quickly before you go, Ken, because we were just talking about the AI stuff. I have not been able to confirm this at all, but I saw a tweet or it was a fucking post, and it said that Mikey Madison was doing an interview with ET Now, and said that they asked her to film a cameo for Scream 7, and she was like, "No, I'm good. My camera's broken."
Wow.
I haven't been able to confirm it though. Like I saw like one person like tweeted on X or whatever, and I haven't been able to find anything else about it. So I feel like it was fake, but I'm like that. I feel like she might be like, "No, I'm good," and it wouldn't have made any difference anyways because I don't think she really made an impact. Tatum should have been the one to have an AI thing there because that would have like she really was talking about Tatum the whole movie.
Or Billy.
Right.
That would have been cool too. That
I
would've
just
been cool
got
too.
him. I think that's why they didn't do Billy again. But
Right.
I hear you. Yeah.
Jill.
Well, yeah, I think
Jill.
it's just
Jill would've
scheduling
hit.
and money. I think it's just practical behind the scenes reasons why those things didn't work
Yeah.
out. I don't think like it makes sense to put Jill in there. It's just I don't know if they could get her, but yeah, Emma Roberts fucking rocked.
How
I think
dare you
Scream
bring
4
your
is
logic
awesome.
to this theorizing session, man?
I
What are you
will-
doing?
yeah.
As long as it wasn't the fucking Culkin kid, man. Like that's another reason I don't like Scream 4 is that fucking Culkin kid.
Calm down, kids.
I just met Rory. He was the most delightful guy ever. Put some
Cool.
respect on Rory Culkin's name. He was so cool. And
I like
honestly,
Change
I
my
mean,
mind, Eric.
That's
Change
good. That's
Charlie-
good. He's a wiener.
Charlie had one of the best kills in the entire
He is a
franchise.
wiener.
The best kill, bro.
Like he killed Olivia, and he did such a brutal kill that even Sidney Prescott turned away 4 movies in.
My
Like,
thing
she
is,
goes in
it's
that room
more
like,
believable to me that Stu is alive than that wiener could have done that kill. That was probably Stu doing that kill because Charlie's such a wiener.
He is.
Charlie looks like he struggles to cut butter.
Bro,
He
probably got
is
a
like
temper,
he's a
though.
bigger guy. He's a bigger guy than he comes across on camera. I'll tell you that. Like when I met him, I was like, okay, I thought you were going to be way shorter. I thought you were.
Well, and
he's
when you put on
bigger
a
guy than
mask,
he
it
looks like.
changes. It changes you. I don't know, Ken, if you've ever put on the mask because you're,
Whoa,
you're denial
whoa.
of Michael Myers'
Listen.
superiority. But when you
What
put on
happens on
Michael,
my
I
Saturday
feel like
nights
Michael-
at the truck stop is none of your goddamn business, Davey.
But when you
Okay?
put on a mask, it's
Also-
so different. You look at the world
Also,
differently.
I will say, Jason is definitely superior to Michael. So
Oh, that's
What?
You can-
incorrect,
That's
but okay.
crazy.
Oh, those are
Hold on. Did I just hear someone say that Michael was better than Jason?
No,
I
Michael's
heard
the
Davey
king,
say that.
the undisputed world champion, king of slashers. Yes.
Right.
Didn't somebody say Jason?
Where you at? I just want to talk. Just want to have a conversation, Davey.
Okay.
I'm in Buckeye, Arizona.
Like-
Come on down.
Like,
I'll be there in 6 months. I'll start walking now.
Like Michael tried to take over a holiday. Jason created a holiday. All right.
Here we go. Let's try it, okay, Davey?
Hold on.
Jason-
That
Jason
doesn't
wouldn't
work.
exist
You
without
have to.
Michael.
You have to look into his eyes.
I got beat up by Busta Rhymes.
How dare you insult?
Oh, and
Like
Corey
Michael
Corey
has sex
Cunningham.
there.
Hey, Corey Cunningham.
Hey, that one makes sense at least.
I'm going to insult Corey Cunningham, the character, but I met Rowan Campbell, also fucking
Amazing guy.
He's great.
Super sweet guy.
Yeah,
He's one of those guys
Kevin.
also that will just like take, even though like when you pay to meet him, you get to talk for a couple seconds. He's one of those guys that will just sit there and talk to you forever. Forever.
Yeah.
Rowan's great.
Yeah.
Hey, for those of you that I haven't worked with yet, please hit me up on Instagram. I'd love to bring you on My First Horror Movie to talk about the first horror movie you watched. I'd love to have you guys on if you haven't been on the show yet. I'd love to work with you guys again. I really hate to dip. I'm glad, Carrie, that I was able to stay this long, because at first I was only going to be able to stay till 6:30, but I moved a interview around so that way I could be able to be here, because I wanted to be able to spend some time with you amazing people. But I do got to go because I do have another commitment. But please, if we haven't worked together, if you haven't been on the My First Horror Movie segment yet, please hit me up on Instagram. I would love to bring you guys on so I could learn more about you and how horror started for you. It would be really, really awesome for me to learn that about you guys.
Hell yeah. Take care, Ken.
thank
Say
you.
hi to the
Have a
fans.
And also, hey, before I leave, Spicy Oreo, you dropped this.
What did he say? Oh.
To be fair, it was Corey Feldman. That's not any normal 10-year-old, okay?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, didn't he also take out a fucking Terminator? So like, or help?
To be fair, Jason is mentally diminished.
To be fair,
100%.
To be fair.
But yeah, you guys all have an amazing, amazing night. Please hit me up. I would love to have the opportunity to work with any of you again. So have a good night, and
Thank you, Ken, for being here.
I'll see you later.
Take care,
All right,
brother.
Have a good night, Ken.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Scream 7 is the new Halloween Ends, though. I think we can all agree on that.
No,
And-
it's
No.
not.
And
No.
it's the new Halloween
No.
Ends because of the division of the
Oh.
fandom.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Sure.
And because of the cult-like devotion to the division. It seems like, to me, I'm picking up big time, and I love Halloween Ends. I'm on the love it side.
Me
And
too.
I see on the hate it side, just sort of like, you know, like you can see they're just sort of ignoring the good stuff and just sort of like, no, I don't need to know anything more about this movie. And I'm seeing that not from what you've said, Bearded. You've actually got some really legit gripes, but I've totally seen crash outs about Scream 7 where I'm like, oh my God, you knew you weren't going to like this movie going in and you didn't say anything. And then now that you've finally seen it, you can be like, I have a real big freaking problem.
Do you know
with
what?
this shit.
Nice.
What's getting me is that I've seen like some creators, not going to throw any names out there, but they're out of the theater reactions like, I loved it so much, like it was great, and like one day later they're like, top 10 things I hated about Scream 7. I'm like,
sure.
okay, I'm like, you're jumping on the bandwagon of hate now to try to just like, and I'm like, if you like
Because
it,
you're afraid to say that you like it. That's why.
yeah, like if you like it, put them feet in the
Don't be
ground.
afraid,
stand,
just like it.
Yeah, stand
Yeah,
tall and say you like it. Like,
I think my hot take is
Doesn't
like,
make
I
you
love
cool not to like stuff.
I love the
really.
reveal
Drives
and
me
I love
crazy.
the third act. That's my hot take.
trust me,
Like,
I feel
love that you
very
loved it.
uncool.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I feel very
wanted-
uncool for hating stuff.
well, no, but one thing that I really have wanted from this franchise is just like, it's so consistent, like quality is consistent. That's great. But I think the formula has been like a little too consistent. So I just wanted to see some shakeups, just, you know, take some big swings, try some different things. And I do think having a random Ghostface, we've never had random Ghostface before. Like,
No.
I like that about it. I like that Jessica is literally just batshit. She has this parasocial connection with Sydney. Sydney doing what Sydney did made her feel okay murdering her husband. Now, she had reasons to murder her husband. It doesn't make it okay that she did that. But now that she doesn't have that, she's like, now I need to kill you and get another inspiration, because she needs to feel okay with it. So I think that it's saying some things that maybe people aren't quite picking up on. Maybe the first time. I enjoyed it more the second time I watched it, but I like the random. And Marco doesn't really need a reason. Stu didn't have a reason. Everyone's okay with
That's what I've
Stu
been
not
saying
having a
since
motive.
day one. There's always somebody that's just along for the ride.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. And
Yep.
Stu,
Yeah.
I've even
Peer
heard people
pressure,
be
far
like,
too sensitive.
yeah, people are like, Tatum doesn't have any defining characteristics. She's just like Sydney's kid. And I'm like, okay, what are Sam Carpenter's defining characteristics? What is Stu's defining characteristic? He's funny and he killed people with Billy. Like, so if we're really
Sam
going to
didn't
whittle it
have
down to
any in
defining,
5.
yeah, so defining character, I'm like, well, whatever that means. But I like, yeah, and Marco probably just wanted to hook up with Jessica too, because, you know,
I think so.
Can I
did it all
can
for
I
the
say-
nookie. What can you say?
Can I comment on one of the points you made about it
no,
being a random
Eric, you're in
character?
timeout.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, time out.
Bye. Bye. Deuces.
I just mean random in that there's no like blood connection or familial connection, that kind of random.
See, you know
Yeah.
what? I've wanted that for a while but in like a Sherlock Holmes way. If that makes sense. Like, remember in Sherlock Holmes how he's always doing this random shit throughout the movie. Then at the end of the movie,
Oh, gotcha.
you see this recap. The problem with being like a completely random character is that it's a murder mystery, so you have to have the character to solve that. and it didn't even live. It didn't stick to its gun of it being a random character. They baited you by making you think it was a previous character. If it was just if they hadn't used Stu, I think this would have come off much better. But they literally marketed it as Stu, and then nothing.
Yeah, I like that. I like it because it brings the cult of Stu is a thing, and you know, Marco was also inspired by Stu. Like he's the one that says Stu's still alive in spirit. So I felt like it was had their cake and eat it too. If what you absolutely had to have from this movie is that Stu Macher is alive in the flesh, then I'm sorry that you built yourself up for that, because of course you're going to be disappointed if that's what it has to be. But I felt like it was like right in the middle, like it was in the sweet spot. Like I didn't want Stu to be alive, and I'm like, but he still feels like he's alive. Like I liked that. And I get what you're saying, but they haven't always handled the mystery very well in these movies, unfortunately. Like Mrs. Loomis is like barely fucking there in Scream 2, and Roman's gone for a big section, and you know.
They explain Miss Loomis. I always hear people say that. Like the Miss Loomis not being in the movie a lot is explained with one line of dialogue. And I'm like, that's smart writing. Like
that she was basically funding Mickey.
No, it's explained like the fact that as soon as Sydney sees her, she's like, oh my God, it's Miss Loomis.
Sure, she can't be seen by Sydney. Yeah.
Exactly. So it makes sense as to why, like, I don't care. Like, here, the thing about this is this could have worked with these characters, this reveal, and Stu being dead. It could have. The problem is the story, the writing wasn't there. Like they could have changed like a few minor things, and it would have worked. But I don't know.
It does have its issues, but I feel like that's kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater with some of the criticism that I've seen.
Yeah, I don't like kids. I would do that.
It definitely has its like, I mean, every movie has its legitimate things, but yeah, I mean, I can, you know, you guys were talking about that fire exit in the bar, and that was just driving me nuts. But you know, like those things, I'm like, okay, well, I'll be honest about those things in a movie that I like, but I can be honest about that. I mean, I would give it like a 3.5. You know, I'm right with Julie. Like my top 4 my ranking would be 1, 4, 2, 7, 3, 5, 6. Is how I would do stuff.
That actually is mine as well, Davey. That is also mine right there.
So it's right in the middle, but it's like Scream is a great franchise to be in the middle on, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like that means it's still pretty good at that point for Scream. We're not talking Hellraiser, you know. We're not talking Texas Chainsaw. It's Jordan a lot more solid.
What's your ranking, Jordan?
Oh, dude, it's been going back and forth because for the last year I've been saying Scream 2, even though it's objectively one of the best. I feel like it's my least favorite. Like I would watch Scream 3 over Scream 2, even though Scream 2 is better. But I think my official ranking is number 1 at 1, 4. Then I'm gonna go 2. Then I'll go 3, 7, 5, and then 6. Because I think 6 has the least meta commentary, and I feel like there's way more plot holes in it than any Scream.
The holes in 6 are so rough, man. It gets worse every time I watch it.
Yeah.
I still don't hate the movie, but damn, those holes are rough.
Can anyone tell me what they're?
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say I actually like the motive of 6. People say it's just a retread of 2, but I think people miss the subtext because I don't think Richie's family would have went after Sam if she didn't kill Richie the way that she did. Because there's a line in there. He's like, "It wasn't until I saw what you did to him that I knew you had to die." Like she literally, I think they literally just saw, okay, this person is crazy. We might have to take her out or something. Because she stabbed him like 22 times, slit his throat, shot him 3 times. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was my favorite part of the movie, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I think he would have went after her. I think that was the excuse he gave. I think if that didn't happen, he would have found another excuse to go after her.
A family full of cartoon villains. Interesting.
Yeah.
Way to go, Radio Silence.
I loved 6 until that part.
Yeah, it was like I still can't explain what the fuck their real last name is.
Yeah, 5 and 6 are like really good fan fiction, you know.
Is it Kirsch?
I feel like Richie had to be the one lying because there's no way a detective would be lying about his name. Right?
Yeah, there's no way this person got into the NYPD in 2022 using a fake name
Right.
And and them not knowing that he's the parent of a previous Ghostface killing, and now they're letting him investigate this ghost.
Meanwhile, he has a U-Haul full of stolen evidence from 5 very famous crimes. He either rents out or squats in an auditorium and sets up a museum. I'm like, what are we doing?
And also, let's be honest. As much as I love the Shrine, who the fuck was saving that fax machine?
It's just for
us.
Oh yeah.
Who the fuck is saving the fax machine?
The Shrine serves no purpose. Quinn talking on the phone during her attack is for the audience. It's completely manufactured bullshit. It's bad writing, pure and simple. She's either talking to Ethan or her dad on the phone, but it's just for the audience.
Oh yeah.
She's in on it, so there's no reason.
She's not talking to anybody.
Oh, so I said the same thing. Anytime someone said that, who's Sam's man in part?
Danny.
Anytime someone says. Anytime someone was like, "Oh, Danny was secretly a killer" and everything, I was like, "You do realize he was reacting to that ghost face with no one watching him."
That would have been
extremely. I'm like, he's a fucking psychopath if he's not if he's a ghost face, because that makes no goddamn sense.
They did
at all.
They did the same thing in I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, where Piper acts concerned about Duder's whereabouts in front of Freddie Prinze Jr. She's like, I'm just worried about my friend. You're both the fucking killers. It's terrible, right? It's insultingly bad to your audience.
It is,
and that's why
garbage.
we need to be smarter and be jerks about that kind of shit.
Exactly. I told Killjoy Jake after we got off after we'd both seen it, I called him and we were both pretty down. Actually, he called me, which is like a first. I got a message out of nowhere like, "Hey, you free?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he called, like the end of the call. He literally, like, I was very curious when I asked what his 10 out of 10 rating was, or his out of 10 rating, because on the call he's like a fucking 0. So I was happy to see it came up. But I told him, I was like, the only way they can make part 8 good, and he's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Get us to do it, because we know what the audience wants." So I agree. We got to be smarter than them.
I'm glad that I at least get the happy I at least get the happy messages from him. He only messages me when he's actually liking a movie. So you can keep the negative ones.
What about I'm ready.
I'm like the negative guy. Like if somebody needs to vent about something negative, I'm like, it feeds me. It makes my beard grow. Call me. Tell me the negative stuff.
You're just
I'm ready for at any point in the Scream game. Like I am so ready for like the Wes Craven's New Nightmare like sequel that is at a horror convention and the actors are playing themselves.
Oh my! Okay,
you can bring everyone back. It would be really cool, and it would be a great tribute to Wes.
Okay, Sarah, I'm so glad you said that. Guess who brought that up at the Scream panel? That he's working on it. Fucking David Arquette. David Arquette said he's wanted to do one where we're at a convention and it's a New Nightmare route. And Matthew Lillard, like somebody asked Matthew Lillard if he'd do it. He's like, I will do anything David wants me to do.
You could bring all of them back, and
Matthew Lillard or David Arquette wants that.
Yeah, you could film it at a real convention. People would love to be extras. So many people dressed as Ghostface and everyone else. Like, who's the killer? And the motivation is just that's literally an upset fan that just wants these movies to fucking stop. Be great.
That would be amazing, man.
That would be.
But hey, because you guys mentioned Danny from Scream 6, I wanted to say this. Have you guys seen Arrow?
Mm-hmm.
The TV show?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
I stopped in like season 4, I think. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. Josh Segura, who plays Danny, is in season 5.
Oh, I just missed him.
Yeah,
he's also in Abbott Elementary. I love him.
Oh yeah. When they casted him in Scream 6, I was like, yeah, he's the killer because he's plays the villain in Arrow. So when they didn't make him the killer, I was just so pissed. I didn't even care that it was obvious because of the casting, because I mean, how many people actually realized that he was played a villain in that?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Here's how they could have made 6 way better. Take the Bailey family out. Have Josh Segura be the solo killer, and he's Richie's brother. His acting is so good as a villain, dude. This would have easily been like the best sequel. If it was him.
It would have been The Boyfriend 2 movies in a row. Like either that's like chalked up writing, or Sam has very shitty taste in men.
I mean, but I feel like as long as the acting is good and the reveal is good, I feel like it would have been better than what we got.
I mean, probably, but that's because we had such a low bar that it's got to get over.
I mean, sure.
If he played it completely straight, I think I would have liked that. Yeah.
That what I keep saying, and I think I told Jake, I was like, can we please get killers? Like, Stu is one of one. Like, you're not gonna replicate Stu Macher. Give me a killer that is completely straight the whole movie, or is kind of goofy the whole movie, and then when the mask comes off, they're fucking deathly serious. Like they're not joking around. Like give me like a sociopath who doesn't care, who's like, I just wanted to try it. Everyone else has failed, and I thought I could do it. And they're not joking around.
I think Jill is pretty close.
I will say
Jill's not goofy at all.
Yeah, like, and that's why she's one of my highest rated Ghostface.
I will say the best Ghostfaces. Like the trend that you can always tell they're going to be a good Ghostface is if they're the exact same character that they were throughout the entire movie when they take the mask off, but they're a killer. Yes, Stu
and Billy. Stu and Billy were consistent
throughout the whole thing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Jill kept her same personality.
Jill actually even got a little darker, like, and I like that because she was kind of like joking around with Kirby and everything. There was no love when that fucking mask came off. She was like, "I'm here to do work," and like, fucking, it's about to go down. And
it's like, I'm going to build my brand.
She came the closest to anybody to taking out Sydney. Like, she was the closest.
She's the
to
one
actually
who had the tarnished brand.
I mean, by the end of the movie, they're saying that she's the hero on the news. Like, we don't even get a true resolution of like people finding out that Jill was psycho within the movie. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. I love that they leave it hanging there because it's like the first story, the first news that gets out is the news that's believed. It doesn't matter if it's the truth. If you say it first, you're the truth. That's the way we are as humans. We're really fucking weird that way.
According to an interview with fucking Kevin Williamson, that's where the movie was supposed to end. That's like with her going to the hospital and the news reporting that story. That's where it was supposed to end, and then pick back up on the other two sequels.
Oh, that would have been really cool. I'd love a cliffhanger.
They added the hospital part to actually like kill her.
It is a pretty epic ending.
Yes,
like I could be cool. I'm cool with either way.
Yeah, because they were gonna
they were gonna do in 5.
Yeah, they were gonna have Ghostface. Cool. Yeah, they were gonna have Ghostface target Jill. You know,
and that Ghostface knew that she had lied, and she was the one who perpetrated it. So she was trying to figure out who was the Ghostface who knew her secret, which would have been cool. Yeah, cool. Like she
I
was.
actually like that better.
We need something different in this.
It would have been way better than the 5 we got.
Oh yeah.
They did repurpose that slightly in the TV show in the second season. They used that a little bit.
With Audrey, right?
Yeah, she wasn't actually the killer, but Ghostface had dirt on her, and it was cool.
I was just about to say that they need to take inspiration from the TV show. Like, it's just the most underrated thing ever. I swear.
I don't know how believable it is, but one person who on Reddit they were very accurate with what they were saying about Scream 7 before it came out. They're now saying there was an unused like little scene they filmed where they found out, because remember when Gale shows up just like perfectly timed in fucking and runs over there was a scene apparently, according to this person, I have no verification outside of this, but that they filmed where Gale at the very end of it was getting emails from someone telling her this is where Ghostface is going to be next. So she knew where to be and like when to be there. According to this person, it was revealed that was actually Stu. Stu had been emailing her without her knowing it was him, giving her information so she could go get the scoop.
It's probably copium, but that would be really cool. I hope it's true.
I don't know if you guys saw I posted when I was just in the chat. I was like, the one thing I noticed the second time watching it where I was like, wait, what is that? So it's either something that they just did because it would visually looked better to have a stagehand do this. But when Marco is like, isn't that right, Stu? And the gate opens, it opens outward towards Jessica. But Jessica is standing so far back from the gate as if somebody opened up the gate for her. Is there somebody within the story, or is it just for visual storytelling that they just had a stagehand do it because it looks cooler? Like, it's like,
I just thought it looked goofy. I was like, who? Who did
Yeah,
that?
she pulled it with a string. Pulled the string.
Because I watched
Pull the lever, crunk.
I watched the movie 3
Just
times
got
and
me
I
with that.
noticed that.
It's
Yeah.
Robbie. It's what
Yeah.
is Robbie James or whatever his name. What's the guy's name? Robbie Roberts, what
Rivers?
is his name?
Robbie Rivers.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, Robbie Rivers.
So
He was wasted too.
Well,
I thought he was
Yeah.
great. I thought he was great. Like when they're about to do the interviews, like this is so fucking awesome. Like I
Yeah.
love those little, like he just seemed to be. I felt bad for him honestly because Gail was like very rude to him, and he was just like, "Come on, give like a small time reporter his break."
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I was like, "Woman, you needed that too." Like, anyways, another
Mindy
thing
was so much better. Sorry, go ahead.
Mindy,
Go ahead.
Nora, you're
You
actually
open it.
because when you were talking about the door opening, another thing that somebody pointed out, and after I watched it the third time, I was like, they're not entirely correct, but there is a significant difference. The first call we get with Stu, there is so much movement. Like it's like he's literally all over the place, and the background moves. Because when you see Ben when he was trying to make it himself, it was like a CGI background, and the background never moved. Like he did, but the background remained the same, right? On the other ones, the background doesn't really move. It's more like he's standing there, and you see both of his hands, like he's not in a doing a selfie type thing. He's actually standing there with the camera on a tripod or on a laptop or something. So there's some people theorizing that the real Stu made the first call and everything else was CGI.
I believe.
That makes sense. Dude,
Well,
after this movie,
Stu is dead.
now look,
Prove
I've been
it.
saying-
Conformity Gate Part 2.
Look, I've been
Oh my
saying-
god!
Yeah.
Hey! I
They
have
made
more
it very
faith
clear in the
this.
script that Stu's dead. They made it very, very clear.
But no. Look, for years, like everybody who knows me, I've been very adamant that for the past 4 to 5 years that Stu is dead. After this movie, I actually think he's alive. I think they.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like I was about to say. So it's funny you say the script made it very clear that he's dead when the script had an ending where he was alive, and they thought it would work enough to write it. The only reason they
Yeah.
didn't do it is apparently the audience didn't like it, the test audience. So they thought it was feasible enough to actually write it. So
Yeah.
Multiple characters reference like how ridiculous it is. So I mean, yeah, that doesn't mean that he's for sure dead. I just thought that was Kevin Williamson's way of saying in so many words, like, guys, I've actually given you more than you deserve and more than makes sense given the storyline of these movies and how relatively grounded they are. So Stu believers should be happy with what they got. Honestly, I think.
I mean, he kind of
know.
called Stu believers dumb. I mean, not kinda. They
No,
literally
he called Stu
say
being alive dumb. Yeah, he called Stu
But-
being alive dumb. But
No,
but
he
Scream
said-
5 piece of shit all over Scream 4 in multiple spots, and nobody cared about that. So
well,
you know.
that's the funny thing is you say that like he gave all the information about Stu being dead, trying to tell us that was dead. But he also he said Scream 6 is his favorite movie. But this movie shit
movie-
all over Scream
it
6.
does. Yes,
Yeah.
it's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
it is.
And
So
then,
I'm like,
Wait, does
Yeah,
it really?
well, and Mindy
Oh,
does say
because she wasn't in New York.
well,
Well,
no,
yeah,
like I mean, she when
Yeah.
Gail
Gail says
said
that
she's
was
like,
brutal.
Jessica
Yeah, she's
even
like-
mentions it in her motive.
yeah, she
Jessica
Yeah.
even mentions that in her motive that
that
she's
she
not in New
wasn't-
York, that Sydney was not
Yep,
there.
it didn't count. It
But
didn't
but
count.
Gail,
Yeah.
Gail said something about New York, and she's like, yeah, be glad you set that one out. It was brutal. But then they
Yeah.
also take
She
the,
said it was
the-
a
they
shit
also,
show.
But I thought you
Yeah.
meant like brutal, like Ghostface was like fucking shit up.
No,
That-
like
that's,
well, it
that's
could
like
be.
on the surface level,
It's a
yes,
double meaning,
but
yeah.
but like the the subtext
it's
of that.
it's meta. Like it is a meta commentary on that. And they have another meta thing when Stu mocks Gail for being fired, and Gail says, I wasn't fired. My
Fired.
contract wasn't renewed because that's
Hated
what happened to
that.
Melissa Barrera, but everyone says she got fired, but her contract wasn't renewed. It's
I think she was.
so I thought that was pretty funny. Like I thought
I-
like that to me made me chuckle in the theater. I thought it was a pretty ballsy joke.
I thought so. Here's the thing. I think Melissa Barrera was fired. I think she was fired, and in the meet, like the fucking, they got their publicist involved and tried to spin it to make it look as good as possible on both
Which-
sides.
She was contracted for 2 movies, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I've
That-
heard forever.
That was the public statement made after the firing happened. Sure.
I guess
what
I've
I'm
never
saying-
heard.
different
I've
than
never
the
heard about
South
another
Carolina, though.
contract or anything. So
But didn't
know,
they
I-
write a whole movie with her in it?
Yeah. See, that's what
Exactly.
that's
do
what
that
we're
without the
saying.
person
A
signed
huge
up.
Rewrite.
They were gonna
Yeah,
sign her up.
That's a
You could
weird
do
one.
that to get them to sign up.
No, but what I'm saying is like even fucking Skeet Ulrich is like, yeah, the 3-movie arc, she was going to be a killer in the last movie. So like, why
That
would
would've
they
been
write
so
a
good.
three? why would they have a
Sorry.
3-movie arc planned and all this and then only sign her up for 2 movies? Like, I feel like she was fired, and then after she was fired, they're like, well, no, actually, she was only contracted for 2 movies, so she wasn't fired. I think they're just trying to save face because in that way, the studio looks less shitty for firing her. She looks like she wasn't fired. She just wasn't rehired. Like, it's a better look on both their accounts. So
Yeah,
I
but
feel
she
like-
I still
later
think
on
it sucks.
said-
I still think it sucks what happened to her, but I just think like,
1000%.
it's important
Yeah.
to know the difference. Like when you're saying, is it a soft firing? Is it an actual? Was there a contract in place that she breached, and so they let her go? All of that information really hasn't been made public. The only public information that I know is that the contract was for the 2 movies, and I believe that she's confirmed that. And I haven't heard that she was under contract before being let go.
Yeah, I
So,
could have
but-
sworn like all the way back in like Scream 5. I'm pretty sure they said that Melissa and Jenna were both signed for 2 movies, and they wrote the script for the 7th one, but they had to still do the contract, so they fired her before even signing her. I think that's what happened, right?
Yeah. I mean, either
Possibly.
way, it does suck that it happened. I just think like when we do have discourse like publicly and everything, it's just like, words have meaning, and to sort of ignore that or try to walk around it, you're being dishonest or at least disingenuous. Like, but I could have my information wrong, but I love Melissa Barrera as a performer. I think she's absolutely beautiful, and I think she's getting better as an actress, which is way more important than what she looks like. So if she can come back at some point, that would be fucking awesome. And how about Christina Carpenter as a potential killer in Scream 8 with the meta context of like, you just pushed my daughters away kind of
Fuck
thing. It
no.
always has to be
Dude,
about you, doesn't it, Sydney?
They need to bring
Jesus.
People want the
No.
relative stuff. then
Jesus.
bring in
Lord.
Christine.
No, they don't. Dear fucking Lord, don't make it like the cousin of a sister twice
No.
removed, for the love
Who's
of
the
God,
worst
give me
mom
a
in the
random person.
franchise?
They need
Is
to bring.
Maureen,
Sorry.
is Maureen a worse mom, or is Christina a worse mom? Because
Christina.
Christina doesn't even
Sydney.
decide to fly
Sydney.
back from
Christina.
UK.
Sydney.
Christina.
Sydney's a great mom. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I
Sydney's
think
good.
Sydney. I think Sydney was a terrible mom, personally.
How?
She's flawed. I like that. She's been so perfect for so long, Sydney. I want to see some flaws because then it's more relatable and you can see
More
them
human.
overcome flaws.
Yeah.
Like I hate this whole like when people say, "Oh, this character's a Mary Sue," it's because they never gave them believable flaws. We're okay with the positive stuff, but we want to see them work through tough shit. Like Luke Skywalker works through tough shit. We want to see that. And then, I liked that about Sydney's character, that she wasn't perfect.
I didn't. I thought Christina. I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, do we know Christina could have made it back in time?
She was in the UK. Both of her daughters were attacked. You could hop on the next flight. Fucking what's her ass from Home Alone was like riding with, the polka band back to get to Kevin. So I think Christina should have like gotten home. Like,
Yeah,
Legal.
she's definitely a worse
Legal.
mother than Maureen.
yeah. I mean,
Maureen-
Maureen's just
Maureen
got-
was
she
like,
got all fucked up.
yeah, she was traumatized, and like she had
Yeah.
her.
Maureen
even though
was
the
a
way
fine mother. She was a bad wife.
Oh yeah.
That's the difference.
That's true.
That is
Yeah.
true.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I mean,
Maureen-
I think Roman would probably disagree, but
Oh yeah.
but
That's a whole different thing.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like I'm saying
Maureen
the
did-
trauma, the trauma
Maur-
definitely like
We
she
didn't
had
even
her
see
own
her
way-
as the mom, so we can't really say. We're only going off of like rumors or what we've heard from other people.
based
we don't
on
actually
solely
know.
like based on Sydney alone. Yeah, she was a great mom. But
When I picture
I'm
Maureen
including-
She
walking
didn't
around.
even know her own mom. She didn't know
I-
anything about her.
I mean, you could count that as a negative. Yeah, Sydney did say like I feel like I didn't even know her.
I didn't
at the
say it
end
was
there.
a negative. I'm just saying that she
I'm
didn't
saying
know
I-
anything about
I
her.
would count that as a negative. Maybe, I don't know. It's
It's
complicated.
definitely a Sins of the Mother franchise, and I kind of like that. It's a little different,
Hey, do
I
you
like
guys-
that the
Yeah.
Sins of the Mother followed all the way through.
Do you guys agree? Like I've even heard Fate Decided say this, and I really do agree.
Oh, don't get started.
And I don't. Huh? Oh no.
What are you doing? Sorry.
Do you guys think that all the motives are trash? I don't think they're trash in the sense that like I don't like them, but I think he made a good point in saying that people are harping too much on the motive in Scream 7 because everybody's justification is trash, but we still like the movies regardless. I don't think that's
No,
a big.
I
I
feel
the
like
motives in Scream
I
7.
feel like the motives in Scream 7 are garbage, but I feel like the other movies make sense.
I
Yeah.
mean, as far as
5 and 6 are probably the
justification, it
worst.
doesn't.
Huh?
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
5
1
is
through
probably the
4 are
worst.
pretty solid.
Like
Yeah.
I actually loved
Billy-
five.
Billy-
Five was one of the top for me.
Billy wants to kill Sydney because his dad and her mom, she like had sex with each other, and then his mom left as a result. Why does he want to kill Sydney? I'm not saying that it's bad in the sense that I don't like it. In fact, I wouldn't change it for a thing. I like that all the motives are.
He wants to
justified.
punish. That's
they're all just
Billy's
crazy
thing is
people at
it's
the end of the
not
day.
enough to have killed Maureen. I need to. the
Sydney
punishment
got-
needs to
He's punishing
continue.
his
Sydney-
dad then.
Sydney
Yeah,
got the
that's
child.
what I'm
That's
saying.
her
Sydney,
dad.
He's psycho.
Sydney,
He's psycho, Julie. He's not.
Sydney
right.
got the
That's right.
childhood
Yes,
that Sydney got the childhood he didn't get because his mother left.
But that's
That's
still
why-
justified.
That's why he's taking her out.
But justification wise,
It's
that's what we're talking about.
But he
People are like,
also
"Oh, the
killed
motive is
Milton,
dumb."
though.
Huh?
He also killed Milton too, though, which means
Wait,
he did care.
wait, who killed?
Oh, John
Killed-
Milton.
Oh, Roman killed
Yeah.
Milton.
Yeah, Roman.
Yeah, Harvey
Yeah.
Weinstein. We just
We're
call
We're
it
talking
out.
about Billy. Billy didn't kill his father. His father's really
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
Roman.
no.
Yeah.
My
No.
bad.
Oh my god, Carrie, what are we gonna do with you?
He's also like a
I don't know. I'm
psychopath.
trying to keep up here.
So like, yeah, he's also a psychopath. So I don't think it's gonna play out. But I think like
Yeah.
revenge for, even though she's not the one to blame for it, the motive itself, the motive is sound. Who he targets because of it is not.
Mm.
Like, yeah, like I don't hate the motive. His plan was a little flawed there, but like
Yeah.
Miss Loomis, the motive of wanting to get revenge, very solid. Mickey was
Love it.
just crazy and fucking obsessed. Like, I like that. Roman, I can vibe with that motive. I don't think it's terrible. Jill had the best motive.
Easily.
Yeah, Jill was up there.
No, no.
That shit's way ahead of
Yes.
its time. The Jill stuff
Yeah,
is really
yes.
good.
You don't like
I'm
it?
sorry, but I don't agree.
Whoa.
Look,
I don't
What?
She just
agree
wants
with
to be
that.
famous.
Hey,
She just wants to be famous. I love it.
And it was before its
lazy.
time.
Brilliant.
That was amazing.
She wants to be lazy. That
Well,
doesn't.
she-
mm-mm.
Well,
What do you
I
mean,
think
what's to
that's
be-
representative
she put
of the
it-
kind
wait.
of person she's trying to be, which is an influencer before people use the term influencer.
But
You know, it's
also,
just
she
like-
But
put
she
in a
doesn't want
lot
to
of
work
work.
at it at all. She doesn't
Yep.
want to do anything.
People are just gonna like me for this one thing that happened to me, just like the Huck to a lady and the cash me
Oh.
outside and all that.
She did
That's-
work
that's
for
what
it
it's-
though.
Yeah, I was about to say she
shit
put
out
in
of
a lot.
herself. you know?
She put in a lot of work in that movie. What movie were you watching?
She killed her
Like, she
mom.
went-
She shot a
Yeah.
dude in the
Mm.
dick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she was-
brutal. That hurts me
she's
every
a
time.
true psycho. Seriously.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
yeah,
I
like
feel
so.
like
I
Charlie
think
did a lot
Jill's
more
was
than
great.
she did.
He
I
did do a lot
loved-
more of the groundwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jill was the
loved-
mastermind. She's the Billy. She's the
Right. She,
mastermind.
it benefited her to
Hey,
keep her
no,
hands
hold
as
on,
clean
hold
as
on. No, no, no.
possible.
She was the Sydney, remember? And then
True.
Charlie's the Randy.
Not
and
a
he gets the-
star.
She's the Bidney. She's the Sydney Billy.
She's the
Bidney.
Yeah. Give him the Bidney. Sorry, Jesus Christ. No,
Amber and Richie, their motive is basically they didn't like The Last Jedi, I think is what the movie was sort of getting
I
at.
love their
no.
I
I
love
was
their
like,
movie.
is that what we're doing now in Scream movies?
Okay,
Is we're
before
coming
I
after
start
Star Wars
ranting about
fans?
5, I'm gonna go. Carrie, this has been super fun. Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Thank you.
It's 9:30 up here in Canada. It's getting late. It's a work night, but
Oh,
this is great. Thank you. I will.
It's good to
talk
see
you
you,
later.
Sarah.
Thank you for
Bye.
being here,
Appreciate it,
Sarah.
Sarah.
I appreciate it.
Sarah.
I should probably
Bye.
go as well because I've got to get myself cleaned up and ready for Hit the Bricks here in about 35 minutes. Gonna go.
Oh, is that
live
with
over
Drum
there.
Dums?
Yes, yeah. So we're
Oh.
gonna talk about Scream 7. Surprise, surprise.
Dude,
I won't
dude.
yabber on as much on that one because we've got some guests.
Yeah,
but
like you haven't heard enough.
thank you so much for having me on, Carrie. I'm glad I was able to make it. I didn't know that I was going to be able to, but there's a little window between work and fun work. But
See you on
any of you guys that I haven't met, Jordan,
Thank you for popping on.
Yeah, nice to meet you,
yeah,
man.
Jordan, Julie, talking Star Wars. Great to meet you guys. Counselor Queef, you know I love you.
Yeah, we were on
Great
another
to
stream
meet you.
together.
Yeah, we were on Jake's stream together.
Yeah,
so,
the
and
other
then-
day.
Yeah, and Kyle, great to see you as well, man. I hope you're doing well.
Yeah,
Love you,
see you
brother.
on-
Can't wait
you
to
too.
celebrate 1,000 subs for you. And
Thank you.
yeah, hopefully we can all chat again sometime soon. I love this
Yep.
stuff.
You on Instagram, baby?
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Davey Death Ray everywhere. So if you want to find me on
Oh.
YouTube, Instagram, I don't do X very much because it's a wasteland and no one cares about anything I have to say over there.
Yeah,
So
it is.
a lot of it's just like YouTube and Discord, and yeah, I cover a lot of like movie news and stuff, and blah 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 blah. I do a lot of blah.
I watched you during Conformity
Okay.
Gate, by the way.
Oh, nice,
Love
Julie.
that.
That
You
got
helped me cope a
crazy.
little. Yeah.
That got
Okay.
crazy with how many people joined in on that. That was wild for the channel.
I
It
have
was-
no
yeah.
clue where it started. How can anyone tell me where like the theory of conformity gate started?
The
Insta?
rumor was that it was a Byler. They call them Byler fans, people who wanted Will Byers and Mike to be a couple. Apparently,
Oh my.
it was
Okay.
somebody on Reddit that started it, and then it just spiraled in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So was it
Okay.
like one of those things where like they gave you an ending and then you started piecing the clues to that ending? Like it sounds like
They made a bunch of production errors like in the show. People hate a lot of people were not satisfied with the ending, so people were just searching and then they were going back and be like, "Well, look at this," and then it was a whole thing.
Well,
I
the
just,
guy
like-
that played
Because they wanted
Vecna
people
put out
to
that
die.
weird. The guy that played Vecna put out that
Yeah.
weird video where they dropped certain
Yeah.
numbers and
The
he said
workout
like
video.
he
Mhm.
said some weird shit where people were like, well, wait, are they gonna go like extra meta? And the audience has been sucked into Vecna's because Vecna can basically create hallucinations. So they thought it was like an extra layer of meta and it was a fake ending because we're all under Vecna's spell. So that was the copium for that.
They
And yeah,
couldn't
Stranger
accept
Things
it,
season
that's
5
all.
was rough. It was pretty rough.
It
It was
was
like
rough, yeah.
they said they
I
knew what
liked
they were
it.
doing. They had no idea what they were doing. I watched that documentary. It was
Oh.
embarrassing the way that they pulled off the production for that whole season. They did not have a script going in. It's really a bummer. But seasons
Didn't they
3 and
have,
4 are
like-
still some of the best TV I've ever seen. So there you go.
Yeah, didn't they have like 5 years to work on it or something like that? Something crazy, like several years to work on season 5.
A couple years, yeah.
Dude,
Well,
they
and
have. Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, no, you go ahead, Jordan.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say they had 3 years between each season, so they better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right, Julie, sorry.
I still think it paled in comparison to Welcome to Derry.
It sure
Welcome to Derry
did.
season
That
one's
didn't
great.
help.
Well, you can't
And
compare
that's why
apples
Jerry-
to oranges.
Don't spoil
That's
This is
things
why
first.
you write your stories from back. You write the end of the story. So when you know you're going to tell the story, like when they showed up to do that in season 5, they didn't know if 11 was going to die. And it's like, well, that's fucking stupid, you guys. You should know that. You should know that going to season 5. And they
Well,
could have,
yeah.
they just should have taken more risk. It doesn't have to be Game of Thrones. They didn't do there were no stakes in season 5. You could have ended the series with season 4 and that would have been fine. You
Yep.
know? Like,
Way
oh,
better
Hawkins just
finale.
slowly recovers, like whatever. But I do have to bail, guys. I'm so sorry. It was lovely chatting with you guys. And hi to everybody in the chat, even Acres of Movies who doesn't like me, but no, it's okay. I don't know what sound effect it was. I do too many sound
Apparently, she
effects. but
doesn't like the sound effect you made. I don't know which one she's talking about.
I
though.
do too many to even remember what it was. But thank you guys so much for having me on, Carrie. I appreciate you. Everyone else,
No
have a
problem.
great rest of your day. And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Yeah.
All right,
Take
Dave.
care, y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Have y'all
Uh-oh.
seen John Campia's review of Scream 7?
I saw the thumbnail and I watched like 30 seconds and I was like, I'm done. I saw the thumbnail and the title where he said it
I
was
have
the
not.
worst
He
movie
pissed-
ever made, and I was like,
Bro,
Yeah, I
he
didn't watch
is-
it.
And it's not because I'm a Scream fanatic. I despise him. And I'm going to tell you why. He said it's top 3 worst movies of all time.
that's
Not top 3 worst
No.
movies this month. Not
I
top 3
disagree.
worst
Yeah.
7th movies in the slasher franchise of all time.
that's outrageous, dude.
I saw a reel or a fucking a short or whatever. It's one of the fucking many short form videos out there, and it was like somebody's like, okay, and this is my top 10 worst movies of 2026, and then it was just a poster for Scream 7, and it said 1 through 10.
Oh my
And I
god.
laughed so hard. I don't think like it's a serviceable movie. It's not a movie I think I'm going to seek out to watch again unless it's for like research purposes.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's the worst. Like you're going to look at me and tell me this is the worst movie ever made when like
It ain't
No,
definitely
that's
the
a joke.
Room exists.
No,
Like,
you
with
can't say
fucking-
that.
Yeah.
Dude, Freddy's
There's
Dead, worse
value
than
in
Freddy's
it.
Dead.
For
Yeah, I was
sure.
about to say
There's
Freddy's
definitely a lot of
Dead
movies out
exists.
there.
Like
I
Jason Goes
technically-
to Hell
I
exists. Like
technically have not watched Freddy's Dead, but I know everything about it because I watched Cody Leach's breakdown. on
I'm
it.
jealous of the fact that you haven't wasted time on that movie. That's how bad it is.
Oh gosh.
It's not. Have you seen Jason Goes to Hell?
Back when I was a kid. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's
I love
it's
Jason
along
X.
the. Jason X is like one of those so bad it's good with the like how cheesy and campy it is. Jason Goes to Hell is awful. It's along the same lines of like Freddy's Dead, but I envy you for not having seen it.
Hey, how do you feel about Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
And Halloween.
I love Rob Zombie's Halloween movies.
Why do people love them? Like I've been hit. Like Cody Leach likes Rob Zombie's second movie. Drum Dums does, and now you. And Lost River Drive-In. You know who he is, of course, right?
I actually own them.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I don't know him. I've heard of him.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
like what?
that's just-
Like here's the thing. Like I like it because one, I think the how they display trauma in that movie is so fucking accurate. I think it's way better than how they portray the trauma that like Jamie Lee portrays trauma in 2018. I think it's so good. How she's trying to get over everything, and like once she finds out there's actually a fucking like reaction to it. I love that the mask degrades over time. Like latex doesn't hold up for 20 years. Like the fact that in 2018, yeah, this is the original mask from 1970s and it's still perfectly fine.
Right.
Horseshit. That's not how it works. I love that he actually took damage. He gets bloody, and he was. And a lot of people will give me shit for saying this because James Jude Courtney is a great Michael. He is.
Best.
Tyler Mane is the scariest fucking Michael Myers. I don't care what anyone says. If you lined them all up and be like, all right, which one is going to be the scariest if they're chasing after you? If you don't say Tyler Mane, you're lying to yourself.
It
He's
really
fucking
is
terrifying. He's the
I
most
love him.
brutal Michael. He's like, I loved his Michael. It like when I remember seeing the preview because this movie, the first one came out very close to my birthday. I think it like my birthday's August 27th. I think it came out like the 28th. And growing up, like I didn't go to the movies a lot. So I was like, for my birthday, I want to go see that movie. And I remember the trailer and it was Annie like going to run out the door and Michael, like it's just a little clip of Michael like fucking reaching out and grabbing her and jerking her back in. And for some reason that terrified me. Like Michael didn't walk and suddenly catch up. He ran and he was just intimidating and terrifying. So I love Rob Zombie's Halloween. Very long answer to your question. I apologize.
Before we go and venture off the rails completely, I was going to ask one more major question, and we all get to answer it. And then I was going to do my final verdict, and then I think we could.
The answer is false.
How do we feel?
I think
How do
the
we feel
answer
about that?
Sounds good.
it's either C or it's false.
Sounds good.
No.
Sounds good.
This is the question that I have. Do we think Scream 7 will eventually be the new Scream 3? Will we grow to love this one like we grew to love Scream 3? Kyle, I want to hear from you. We haven't heard from you, you poor guy.
I definitely, because people have grown to love Halloween Ends, but I definitely think after so long, after years, I think people will grow to love. There'll be love, I think, as well, because it took a long time for Scream 3 to get love. But I think Scream 7 over time, once years catch up, I think people will start loving Scream 7 in so many different ways. So
Yeah, they'll appreciate it more.
they'll appreciate it more for sure.
Shannon?
I'm 100% with Kyle. Like, I feel like it's going to give some people a time, but like maybe like in a few years or something, then they'll probably be like, oh, it's pretty good or something.
Yeah. Julie?
I already love it. I just don't love the ending. That's just the
Yeah, I
biggest
think
part for me,
I think
but-
let's fix that ending.
yeah.
Yeah, it's that
I don't know.
damn
I
ending.
feel like people are so angry right now, the people who hate it, but I do think people will come around a little bit, at least to most of it. Some people may never soften on the ending, which I'm kind of in that camp, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And Eric?
Absolutely not. It's garbage. No, I see. Here's the thing. Like, I know what you're saying with 3, and I think some diehard fans have came around on 3. But in terms of like actual like rankings and ratings, people didn't really come around on 3. 3 is still like lowest ranked of the entire franchise in terms of like audience scores and stuff like that. Like it's still not, and it's not even close. Like 3 is a 38 audience score out of 100.
Sorry, I was answering his question.
It's the one who has the name that's the same name as the channel.
Yeah.
I didn't see that comment because I saw a private chat pop up and I was looking at that. No, like 3, like in general, like people didn't really come across like around to it. There's still people who hate on 3. I think 3 is hated because people didn't like what it did. What it did still worked. They just didn't like it. I think this is different because I don't think what it did works. It's not like we don't like it because it doesn't work. So personally, like if you're keeping an eye on like scores like across like different ratings websites, it's going down, like further down. Like it opened, I think it peaked at like a 79 out of 100 audience score, which is bananas to me, by the way, because part 1 only has an 80 out of 100 audience score. So this was like at one point a single point away from being tied with the first movie, which is fucking crazy. But yeah, I think it's going to go down. Honestly, I think as time goes, rankings are going to go down, and I don't think it's going to come around because we're not going to realize that this was ahead of its time. Because that's what 3
it's not
was.
That kind of movie. It is not that kind of movie. It's not going to be like that for sure.
No, like part 3 calling out like the studios and those backroom things that happened and all that to get a part. That was 2001, right? And we're in fucking 2000, like the 2020s, and that shit is hitting hard. 3 is great because it called that stuff out prior. And then like, yeah. 7 doesn't do that. I was trying to be funny, Nightmare. I'm sorry. I didn't even see the question. Your question, Nightmare. I realized after the fact, I'm like, in my head, I was like, fuck, that sounded condescending. I really didn't mean it to be. I couldn't think of a witty answer, so that was the only thing I had. Yeah, when she pulls a comment up, the names go away.
Yes, they do.
But you had to have seen them though, because you had to have seen them because you called me Counselor Queef. And the only way to know that is from that name right there. So you had to have seen the names. I'm sorry if it came across as condescending. I promise I didn't mean it that way. I was just trying to be funny. That's
right,
my
Jordan,
coping mechanism.
Pass the torch, Eric. Damn it. Jeez. Let him talk.
All right. So it depends. It depends on one of 2 things. It can go either way. If like I've said, I've been really vocal that Stu wasn't coming back and that he's been dead for the last 5 years. I've been saying that. Everybody knows that. I changed my mind. If Stu does come back, it's going to be one of those things where a sequel makes a past movie better. If Stu comes back alive, people are going to look back at 7. They're going to be like, 7 wasn't really that bad. They left more clues and set it up so that Stu coming back in 8 would actually make sense. It's kind of like how Halloween 2018, even though I gave that movie an 8 out of 10, Halloween Ends, and I actually want to talk about something before we go in regards to Halloween Ends in 2018, but Halloween Ends makes 2018 better because it gives a few subtextual things that explain certain things that didn't work without that context, if that makes sense. I think Scream 7 is going to be the same way. So it just depends.
I think so too. Eric, before you start, you put that finger down right now. Put it down.
I have to ask a question. Down. I was trying to wait my turn.
I'm gonna answer Nightmare Files.
What'd they say?
What?
What'd they say?
They were saying, have you noticed that no one has Sledgehammer Horror on their name? It's because me and Sledgehammer. Well, he's still streaming along with my channel.
What do you mean?
So yeah, we're both streaming at the same time. So yeah.
Oh, so this is live. This is live on Sledgehammer's channel too?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did not know that.
I did not. Yeah, me either. That's
is wild.
crazy. Yeah. Oh, I do see the stream this to your audience button up there.
Yep.
Oh, that's
So,
interesting. Yeah,
I
Sledge
forgot
Sledge
to
isn't
answer
here.
that question. I forgot to answer that.
Oh, yeah, Sledgehammer isn't here. That's okay
Hi,
then.
Carrie.
Look at
Yeah,
me
that's-
getting
Well,
educated.
no.
What I was the reason I had the finger is the comment I was going to make. The reason I don't think that's the case, Jordan, and I hope I'm wrong, but the reason I don't think that's going to be the case is even if Stu comes back in part 8, it still doesn't make up for the motive of 7. Like, it doesn't change the ending of 7 because Stu had really nothing to do about it. And I think that's the problem, is that they tried to use Stu, but Stu doesn't fit into their motive at all. Like,
But here's the thing, though. Again, like I said, because it depends on what you mean when it comes to the motive. If you're saying how enjoyable the motive is to you, or if it makes sense. None of them actually make sense when it comes to like.
I think most of them make sense.
Are we talking about justification or just for their personal? Like what do you mean when you say they make sense in general? Like
Motive, the reason they're doing what they're doing.
I know, but okay, I'm saying they're all still goofy though. That's what I'm saying.
Not
Billy,
really.
dude, Billy wants to kill Sydney. Sydney didn't do anything to him, bro.
Okay, so see, you're that's not why. That's not like why he's doing. That's not motive.
He's crazy.
His motive is he wants revenge for his mom abandoning him. He's directing at Sydney.
But Sydney didn't
the
have
wrong part.
anything to do with it.
Exactly, but that's not his motive. That's his target. Target, motive, and plan are all different things. They're separate things. Motive is, a motive could be like, I wanna hurt people because I was hurt as a child. It doesn't matter who I hurt. My motive is I want to hurt people because the reason my motive is because I was hurt by somebody else. I want to hurt a person. The motive doesn't matter to the target. Like their motive in 7, or at least Jessica's, was you weren't in New York, and that what did she say? That really fucked me up.
Yeah,
the fact that Sydney wasn't in New York.
Yeah, Ghostface attack isn't a Ghostface attack without her, is what she said.
Come on now, you got to admit that's the dumbest fucking motive we've had.
No. I think here's what I think it really was, because she is kind of a parasocial.
Do you guys
relationship
need a
in the
room or
sense-
something?
What? Look, it's kind of
I like where he's going with this. Yeah.
look.
Okay.
Who, me
Go
or,
ahead.
You, Jordan.
Okay.
I think I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, fuck
Okay,
me,
look.
right?
No.
Go ahead, proceed.
Look,
Let him
it's kind
finish.
it's kind of a
Proceed.
parasocial relationship where Jessica, she sees herself in Sydney. In her mind, she is Sydney. When she says, "You encouraged me to kill my husband," Billy was basically her Sydney's lover. So she killed her abuser. So
And if she had
encouraged her
stopped
to-
there, perfect motive. If she had stopped there, that'd be perfect. That's not where she stopped though.
I mean, okay, look, she's kind of, if you think about it, but it's kind of like she's like, because how many times have we seen in real life where like a fan will like harm like a celebrity or something? It's kind of the same thing. It's
Exactly,
kinda-
but that's not where she stopped. Like she didn't stop there. That wasn't what she wanted to do. That wasn't like her motive was. Her motive was someone needs to be living out this trauma.
Oh, Tatum. Yeah, okay. She was doing too much, but I still feel like
Exactly. Like if she
But
would
look,
have
look,
been like
at
to
the
quote-
first part, yeah.
if she would have been
But-
like, you encouraged me to kill my husband because you showed me that I could be strong, but then you let me down and you didn't live up to that in New York. If she would have said that and then just left it there, I would have so much less hate for it. But she's like, no, you can't have life after trauma. Your life is trauma. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna make Sydney 2.0. Those are exact words she says. I'm gonna make Sydney 2.0.
but look,
Like
to quote
that's
the-
dumb as shit, man.
Look, to quote the great Fate decided, you can't explain crazy.
Do you really
okay?
want to quote him?
True.
What?
No,
What
it's
about
true.
Fate? Well, he's the GOAT, man. Fate. Look, he said you can't explain.
I think you're throwing the term "goat" out there a little loosely, but it's okay.
No.
It's
He has
okay.
opinions for sure.
Okay. Look,
At the end
he's
of the
great,
day,
man.
I feel like this is a movie that we should all just enjoy because it is in fact a Scream movie.
Absolutely not.
It's here for it is here for our entertainment. It has Sydney. She's a badass final girl in here. Okay, she's amazing.
Man,
This
if they don't
was
bring Stu
Sydney's
back, don't
story.
bring her back.
I think she
This
had
was her
cheesy
story.
She had cheesy 80s like action lines at the
Moms
end. Like
are cheesy.
her like
Moms
her
are cheesy.
her husband is bleeding out 10 yards away. She's currently trying to catch a killer who, like 5 seconds earlier, had a knife to her daughter's neck. And she stops to mean mug the camera and say, "Oh, please." I fucking cringed so hard when I saw that. I'm like, what are you?
Okay.
How about you catch the fucking killer who's trying to off you right now? How about you not give an action line in the middle of this fucking, like, supposed to be tense chase scene? And it took, like, the tension was gone when she did that. Like, the whole audience laughed, and I'm cool. You played that for a laugh. That could have been a tense fucking scene that gave you good action. But no, you turned it into a joke.
Jessica started saying, "Sydney," and then she said, "Please."
Yeah, and I'm
I
like,
remember that. It was funny.
I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, we've left the realm of scary and turned it into a joke.
She
Like,
was
there
being
was
sassy, man.
Oh, like, don't fucking give me. I would rather watch Scream 6 than this movie. I would. Like, it's
Entertainment wise,
I would rather watch 2025.
But I
I know
love
what you
all
did
of
last
them.
summer.
Okay,
than this
that's
movie.
Oh
okay,
my
you're-
god,
Beardy,
no.
you're tripping now. You're going a little too far, man.
That's too much.
All right. I take that back. That was a little too much.
You're
but you
lying.
know what I'm
Exactly.
saying. I might have been telling a fib. Come on now. Come on. Let
But
me
dude, the kills,
hyperbolize
bro.
for a minute.
I think the kills bring it up a little more than it
Dude,
would be if they.
For me, that was Art the Clown shit,
I'm with
man.
Dom.
But dude, see,
I
this
like
is what
what
I
Dom
get
said.
about like fans in general, but even Scream fans. It's like we want something, and then when it comes, then people are like, "Some man, they shouldn't have did that." People have been saying, "Man, Ghostface's kills are boring. All he does is knife people." And then when
Because Ghostface isn't there to entertain with kills. Ghostface is, for me, supposed to be there to carry out a mission, whatever that may be. Like, yeah, there's been some creative, like, fun stuff in the past, but like, it was never the focus. It was always like, I got to get this done. Like, you know what I loved about fucking Jill and Charlie after the reveal?
oh, you're muted.
You got
Sorry,
muted.
it's me. He's in timeout.
Oh.
Damn.
I did not
Wow.
kick him out, I swear. That's
Bad Carrie.
He'll be
I
back.
didn't kick him
Or he
out. I
won't.
just muted him. I didn't do anything
I
wrong.
feel like you kicked him out.
I did not kick him out, I
No,
swear.
I've seen him do this before, and then he wasn't able to get back in.
Oh dang!
Anyway.
Damn it! I wanted
think
to finish this point.
well, yeah, no, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. And then another thing is, like, everyone was saying no more family killers, no more family ties, no more family motives. And they gave us that, and now we're all upset. Which, to be fair, I'm glad they did that in a way, but it was still lackluster. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
Look,
they give
I
us
will
what
say
we're
this.
asking for the most part.
If they don't bring Stu back, then then I don't think there's any more story left to tell with Sydney. I think that should be the end. I think they should
Yeah.
bring Sam and Tara back, and then have Stu be revealed, and that be like the closure to their chapter. They kill Stu. Maybe Stu kills Tara and some other people, maybe even Gail, and then boom, after Scream 9, Scream 8, and Scream 9. All of the Sidney Prescott and Carpenter storyline is packed up, and we start fresh. Not a reboot, but it'll still be in the same universe. It's just Ghost, like a new final girl, and then Ghostface is going after her, and we don't know why. That's what they need to do. Like, we need to go off of Sidney pretty soon.
Yeah.
She should have been. Her story should have been done like ages ago, in my opinion. I think they had a perfect ending for her in 3.
Scream 4 though. Scream 4 was warranted, I think.
Yeah, it was.
And something I heard somebody say that's so true is Scream films, they do their best. The reason why Scream 7 and even Scream 6 didn't translate well is because Scream does best when they have long periods in between, but the problem is we want Scream films, right? Because Scream 4 took place 11 years after the Scream 3, and so they had something new to comment on. Same thing with Scream 5. They had the toxic fandom and requel stuff. And then Scream 6 doesn't have any meta at all. You know what I mean?
I was fine with that, but yeah, I don't want to wait another 10 years. Nope.
Yeah,
No, we don't need to wait that long.
Yeah, let's not do that. No, that's no.
Yeah.
Okay, I think what do you guys think? I think we are good for the night talking about Scream.
I think so.
Yeah.
Heck
Good
yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
gonna
a
try
little
to
bit-
stream again. I'm gonna try to stream on my channel maybe like Saturday or something if you guys are down to like if any of y'all want to pop on. But yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
I know that we do have a stream for Mr. Kyle over there because a certain someone reached 1K
Oh
subs,
yeah,
which is
Yay.
amazing.
Yeah, I
So
know these.
congratulations.
I know I invited Julie as well.
Thank you. I'll
So
be there.
you're Jordan. You're also invited if you want to be there too.
All right, bet. I got you. Then I'll just stream after like later that day probably or Sunday because I don't honestly didn't know when I was gonna stream anyways. But yeah, it'll be sometime this weekend.
This was
What do you
awesome,
got going
Carrie.
on?
Bearded's in the
Huh?
I said,
Oh,
this
yeah,
was
you see the
awesome.
gif?
Bearded's in the
He's in
Beard-
timeout.
Bearded sent a GIF. Did he really just leave
He's
by
in the
himself?
I swear I've seen him
What's up,
do it
Lunch
before.
I
House?
did
so
not-
Yeah, I
I
believe
did not kick
Carrie.
him out. I did not kick him out. I muted him, but I did not kick him out. I swear.
That is insane. He sent a GIF.
Are you sure?
I did not kick him out.
Hilarious.
Bad Carrie.
But anyway, I think I'm gonna show my final verdict for Scream 7, and then I think we are calling it a night.
Right.
He said sure in
Are
the
you-
chat.
Are you ready for my final verdict?
Ready.
Ready,
Go
Freddy?
ahead.
Yeah.
Final
It
verdict
kind of
seems
gave
to
us some blue balls, didn't it? Because of Stu.
Yeah.
I
I'd
kind
agree
of
with
wanted
that.
him. Yeah, because I wanted, like, the fact that they showed Stu and he did amazing in that performance. I'm like, dude, he's fitting into this character like a glove. I want to actually see him alive now. And then when they opened the gates and Marco was like, here's Stu, and I'm like, ooh. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
this
was
could
kinda
actually be Stu.
They
But
had me for a minute.
no.
Mm-hmm.
They had us in the first
not
half, not gonna
cool.
lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did this.
Want to lick? Psych.
Yep.
They dangled the carrot. Not cool.
Yep.
But they filmed the alternate ending, all right?
Yep.
So there's still hope.
Y'all think it really was worse than what we got?
No. I
couldn't
find
have
that
been.
really hard to believe. I think
Look, they need to make Kevin write the next movie from the
Mhm.
ground up by
Yeah.
himself.
yeah.
And if he
Two
directs, that's
people
fine
for
too.
this.
But maybe get a career director, somebody who's that's their passion. You know what I mean? He didn't do a bad job in this one,
Yeah.
but
No,
No,
he didn't. But
He
yeah,
did
if,
not.
if they have to pick, like let him focus on writing the whole thing.
Yeah.
And have
Yeah.
somebody else direct.
Yes,
Yeah.
please have him do the writing
He
because
can
his
do
writing
both,
is
but it's
fantastic.
like, sir,
like
get
I don't
that
want him
script
thinking
right
about nothing
first.
else. I want him
Yeah.
thinking, oh man, I'm gonna have to direct again. It's not my thing.
Just
Just
have a
right.
James Wan Lee Winnell thing. Like have
Right.
somebody like at the helm,
Mhm.
and he can
Yeah.
like just be there to
Uh-huh.
like bystand and observe. That's what I think.
Yep.
But he definitely needs to do the writing.
Yeah.
All right. So, does anyone have anything exciting going on at the moment? I know we have a watch party for Cape Fear on Thursday.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Thursday.
And then we have your stream on Saturday. And
Yeah.
possibly
Yep.
Jordy down here might have a stream as well.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
And then Jolie's just being a mod queen over there.
I'm just a lurker.
Yeah, but we love when you're on the streams with us too. So thank you for
you.
being here. I love
Heck yeah.
everybody's take on the movie. So I think we are calling it a night, and I hope everyone has a great night. This has been super fun. So bye everyone.
Bye.
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 All right.